The Rewatchables is brought to you by the Ringer Podcast Network, where you can find House of R with Joanna Robinson, as well as us on the Prestige TV podcast.
Yeah.
Coming to the end of task.
Sad.
There's been some sadness, some tragedy, some death.
Yeah.
We've been covering it all.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Season finale is going to be Sunday. We'll be on right after with our friend Rob Mahoney.
Sure.
Kyle Brandt. Football season started. It's rare to book you. You're on Good Morning Football. You're all over the place.
Yep.
And yet, Robert Redford died. And you just started badgering me. Sneakers. It's time. Sneakers, sneakers. Here we go. Sneakers. Let's do this. We got to do it.
Yeah.
Joanna Robinson, once upon a time, I texted her and said, all right, if you had to pick 10 Rewatchables movies, what would they be? And Sneakers was there. This was the good son kind of choice for me. I'm holding the two people, and I can only save one. And in this case, I could save both.
That's
I couldn't
right.
do the podcast with either of you. Sneakers, Rewatchables, next. This episode of The Rewatchables is presented by Paramount Plus. Around here, we love talking about rewatchable movies almost as much as we love watching them. Paramount Plus has movies, a mountain of them. New movies, and also the classics that we keep coming back to. Almost Famous, Gladiator, Top Gun, The Naked Gun. That mall, whether you want to relive your favorite moments or catch the latest blockbusters or dive into some old 90210, there's a mountain of movies to discover on Paramount Plus. Start streaming today. All right, Sneakers. Kyle Brandt, go.
Be a beacon.
Yes.
And give him head whenever he asks. That's how I want to start this pod right now. Guys, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm so happy. I'm happy to work with Joanna. I'm happy to talk about this movie. And it is, I'm just going to start. Bill, can I just start with a hot take? I've said this before. I think Sneakers is the most underrated movie of the entire 1990s. The most underrated, underrepresented, because it's delightful, charming, has some of everything: suspense, comedy, romance, a little action, a little sex, an incredible cast. And I just don't think it's talked about much. I don't think kids in their 20s or even in their 30s know this movie. It doesn't get spoofed on Family Guy. It's not out there. And I think there's some reasons for that. But when I was a kid and 13, 14 years old, Sneakers was always there for me on VHS. And with Redford gone, I've already rewatched it 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Joanna?
This is what we watched the night that we found out Redford died. We put Sneakers on first thing. I love this movie. And I completely agree. It's underrated, underseen, but there's something I'll say there's something I kind of like about that, because on the one hand, I do want everyone to see Sneakers. It's I think a perfect movie. But on the other hand, there's a thing that happened in the group text when we were playing this podcast where Kyle and I have never worked together. And Kyle's like, but if you like Sneakers, you're good with me. And it becomes this like password for people. Like if you meet someone else who loves Sneakers in the wild, it's like, oh, we're going to get along. I get it. Yes. You get it. We're going to get along.
What other things are like that?
I don't know, but it's like, but the added bonus of that is that then when you show it to people, like, okay, you meet someone in the wild, you meet a Kyle Brandt that you've never met before, and you're like, we both like Sneakers. We got something in common. And then you talk to a friend of yours who loves movies, and they're like, I've never seen Sneakers. Who's in it? And then you start listing Redford, Poitier's here, River Phoenix is here, Dan Aykroyd's here, Sir Ben Kingsley's here. I won't spoil that James Earl Jones is here, but James Earl Jones is here. And then they're like, wow, why haven't I heard this movie? And then you show it to them, and almost everyone, not everyone, but almost everyone loves it. And then you look like a genius.
Yeah.
You look like a movie Sherpa. How did I not know about this movie?
You agree with this, Kyle?
You know what it is, Bill? It's like a band. I don't know, maybe it's like Morrissey or something like that, like where you're like, there's not everybody likes them, but then when you find someone who does, you have an immediate bond. Like I felt warmth over the text thread just from Joanna because we were talking about Sneakers. And I do have to set the table with this, though, a Rewatchables reference. My respect for Joanna skyrocketed during the Can't Hardly Wait pod when she referenced the punked episode of Jennifer Love Hewitt, which is a tragic episode, and they did her so wrong. I was like, she knows her shit. That's a deep cut. So it's not surprising to me, Bill, that she likes Sneakers. But you've been doing, Bill, you've been doing the devil's work. You're doing God's work, rather. All the Redford stuff, all
and
months, like the classics and Devils. What is it like for you now to jump into like 92 Redford?
It's confession time.
You don't like Sneakers?
Oh, no.
No, I do like Sneakers. I
Okay.
never saw it when it came out.
Mhm.
And this is like just the age I was. So I'm a senior in college in 92. I think this movie came out in the fall.
Mhm.
The computer thing, I've talked about this on my podcast. I just was out. I didn't even have a computer until senior year. And it was even like one of those dumb word processors. We had a computer club at Holy Cross. We used to make fun of everybody in there. Be like, look at those guys.
Those
What are they doing?
nerds.
Those nerds
They're
in the
not
computer
going to
club.
make any money off of that.
Yeah, oh my God, what are they doing? And there was like a snobbiness toward this kind of stuff that it took a while to come around. And now when you watch it, I watched this movie 3 times in the last month because I didn't know it that well. I've only seen it once. And I was like, holy shit. Like they were so far ahead of the game with so many of the themes of this.
Exactly.
But in the moment, it just was one of those movies not for me. And there was also a lot of stuff in 1992. I mean, good movies were getting shot out like a t-shirt cannon.
We used to live in a society where we had great movies all the time.
So it's like you kind of picked and chose.
I was looking at the top 10 movies of the year, like box office gross, because Sneakers made some money, but not a ton of money.
Right.
And I was like, okay, what beat it? And I was like, well, these are all tremendously good movies. So I can't really argue.
You know, one of the problems is, Kyle, I never dated a girl who was like, are you a sneakers person? And I just never had the sneakers kind of gospel person to suck me in.
Yeah.
I think is the problem.
Spreading the good word. Kyle and I are doing the work. Spreading the good word.
We are
about
doing
sneakers.
the work.
Yeah.
And I think this movie is in lockstep with another movie that came a couple years later in Shawshank Redemption, in that I think it has a terrible title that is off-putting and confusing.
Correct.
I brought this movie up when Redford died on our show, Good Morning Football Live, and the rest of the cast was much younger than me. And I'm like, sneakers. And they're like, is that a movie about shoes? Like Robert Redford did a shoe movie? And I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with that. I think it's a terrible title. I think it also has a horrible poster, which was really important in the 90s, in which you have all these amazing actors, including Redford's beautiful face, and it's in the bottom right-hand corner, just folding up. It's an awful poster, awful title. And sometimes that can be all she wrote in terms of legacy.
I agree. Terrible title, terrible poster, terrible tagline, which is we tell you what this movie is about, but then we'd have to kill you.
Awful.
And you're like, okay, but
no, tell me
you
what
need
it's
to tell
about.
people what the movie's about. They think it's about shoes.
I had this coming up later. Like, what was a better title? Because I'm with you, sneakers. Plus, like in the Google society we live in now.
Yes.
Google sneakers. It's not coming up. You have to put in sneakers, movie, Redford.
Right.
And then stuff finally starts coming up.
Because this is like bad SEO on sneakers. But this is a niche world inside of the hacking world, you know, that screenwriters discovered. And it's interesting. But yeah, inside of the movie, when they're like, we're going to do a sneak, I'm like, don't say it.
No, don't try to make it happen.
You know, it's not happening.
Right.
Bill, that's inside the weeds of Rewatchables, because the three of us, I'm sure, have Googled sneakers many times over the last 72 hours.
Yeah.
And if you do like sneakers Redford, make a picture of Robert Redford's shoes on a movie. Like, that's not what I want. I want the movie.
Yeah.
And I think they should have called it Too Many Secrets. Fine. It's a title. It works. It gets the ball on the fairway and we're off and running. Sneakers.
Too Many Secrets is pretty good.
Or No More Secrets.
Or No More Secrets. Anything.
Secrets. Yeah.
Could you have gone with Freakers with the PH?
Yeah, the phone freakers.
Or Freaking?
Yeah.
With the
phone
PH?
freakers. Or Hackers, because we're 3 years before the movie Hackers.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Hackers probably made more sense for this movie than the actual movie Hackers.
Well,
Where do you stand on Hackers?
I love Hackers.
You love Hackers too?
Yeah, I do.
Angelina Jolie's, what was her brother or first husband?
First husband, Johnny Lee Miller.
Yeah, he was out.
I feel like that's going to be Joanna's double feature choice, like 90 minutes.
No, but 95, like 3 years after this, 95 is Johnny Mnemonic, The Net, and Hackers.
Hell yeah.
Like we're 3 years in front of this like hacker movie boom.
I did think that this was a waste of a theme month because The Net is one of like the funniest movies of the 90s now. It's like absolutely hilarious.
I think Hackers is too.
all that disclosure we've already done, but that was also a movie that's like really funny with how they envisioned where the internet was going.
Search through the files, yeah.
This movie
Sandra
actually,
Bullock in the trailer is like, they've got my name, they've got my phone number, they've got my address, and and she's freaking out, going right after Speed, I think, like just going for it.
There's a scene in The Net where she has a laptop and it's like 5 inches thick on her lap on the beach, and I was like, okay, all right.
In 5 hours, she loses every single thing about her life. It's just gone. I don't even think you could do that now. So Sneakers creates a new genre. I think this is a new genre for 92. The cyber caper.
Yeah.
I think there are elements of it that feel new. It's not like the first hacking movie.
But what was the first cyber caper? It's sneakers, right? What else would it be?
Yeah, I don't have a better answer for you. I think the thing is, it's that it's a hacking movie. It's a paranoia movie. It's a comedy.
Well, don't leave out it's a post-Cold War.
It's post-Cold War. It's a heist movie.
You feel
it's a con movie.
It's kind of a little victory lap over Russia a little bit.
It's everything.
A little, all the time.
Shots.
They're basically dunking on Greg, the Russian character, the whole time, who gets killed, by the way.
Yeah.
And then Redford at one point's like, "We won, they lost. It's been in a few papers." He might as well look to Lens and give that Redford ring to the commies. Suck it, pinkos. Like it's all there.
But here's the big thing for me.
Yeah.
And this is what took me. I finally appreciate this movie. It took forever. It's a thinking man's action movie.
It's
a
smart.
lot of just people.
It's also like
cutting corners with their brains, basically.
It's also just incredibly satisfying from like all of the resolution. You know, they worked like for a decade on this script.
Yeah.
And so it fits together so neatly like a puzzle. It's a little long. It's like a little over 2 hours. It's a little longer than you would expect for something like this, but nothing feels wasted. It all comes together. I like to call it a perfect movie. And I feel the same way about something like Tremors, which is another screenplay where like every single beat of Tremors matters and pays off. And that's how I feel about Sneakers. And it's intellectually satisfying the way it all comes together.
It's a perfect movie, except River Phoenix, I honestly not enough ISOs for him. I could have gone two more plays for him, just letting him cook.
In terms of like why this movie wasn't a bigger hit, if you're gonna sell this movie in the early 90s and you have River Phoenix in it and he's just like comic relief. I love River Phoenix in this. I love comedy River Phoenix, but he's just like the doofy comic relief guy. And you're like, you have one of the biggest like heartthrob stars in your movie, and he's like 7th build. And
Bill, did you see this in the research? It might come up that he's on record that he had just done My Own Private Idaho and was deep into the work and all heavy. And he literally said, "I just wanted an easy money job." And they're like, "Sure." So I think he's like having the time of his life on this movie.
Absolutely. He's loving it. He and Dan Aykroyd got along really well. And he's just like, he gets to work with Robert Redford. Like nobody says no to working with Redford and Poitier at this point.
This is one of the research movies, and sometimes I don't trust it, but in this one, it's clear like everybody loved being in the movie and working with each other. The River Phoenix thing, I mean, I didn't think we'd do it this fast in the pod, but it was really important. Like he was kind of the guy. He was basically what Leo became in the mid-90s when he was doing like Romeo and Juliet, like after This Boy's Life and Gilbert Grape.
Right.
When he started making Romeo and Juliet, before Titanic, there's a moment with him where it's like, this is going to be the next guy. And that was River Phoenix, like when I was like a senior in high school and in college. Like after Stand By Me, it was like, this is the guy. Yeah. This is going to be the guy. And this is one of the only normal movies he really made in the last 5 years. Like he really started to do some dark stuff, and his life went dark too.
Well, then his last movie is the Samantha Mathis like country western
Which
singer
I
movie.
like.
I like that movie too.
Yeah, I kind of like that movie.
But this is like,
listen, one of the things in the River Phoenix trophy case towards the top is that Steven Spielberg handpicks him to play Indiana Jones, the young version, which is like an all-time legacy character, and he's amazing in that sequence.
Yeah, he is.
He's incredible.
But to your point about like what Leo was doing at the time, the 90s, then they come to him and they're like, "Hey, do you want to be in the young Indiana Jones TV show?" And he goes, "No, thanks. Not for me.
Right.
Not for me."
Yeah, the Phoenix thing. It's sad watching him in this because he's just clearly, and Redford picked him. It's funny, Ethan Hawke told a story, and I think he was talking about this movie.
Do you?
Was it this or something else?
River Runs Through It?
Okay. Because these guys are all competing against roles. So Ethan Hawke wasn't up for this one, or he was?
No.
Did you see that story?
No, I haven't seen it.
Ethan Hawke went on Jimmy Kimmel's show.
Yeah.
And told this like 4-minute story about Redford, about how he tried out for River Runs Through It.
For Brad Pitt's part. And he's like, he was told, "You're too young, kid, but you're great. Keep going." Is what Redford said to him.
And then Redford showed up at some play he was in later.
Yeah.
And was like, just would check in on him, and they became friends. So it was like genuine. He's like, I really like you, but you're not right for this part, but I'm still I'm still a believer. And I think he felt the same way about River
Phoenix, that I feel like we kind of still see him because we just watched Joaquin. And it's like, is that the kind of, would he have been the Joker? He probably would have been an incredible Joker. Like all of those parts that he plays that are so interesting. I wonder, or would he have been like, just doing entry-level Marvel stuff? I don't know. But
don't you think, like, I honestly think Leo had the career that River Phoenix I thought was going to have.
And I do think that, like, even though Leo is a few years younger, obviously, like, I do think that, Leo's career opened up because there was this vacuum from River Phoenix's
Right.
absence. Yeah.
And he would have done, I think, the same thing where he would have worked with good directors and tried to co-stars. Anyway, 1992.
Yeah.
I wrote down, it's truly insane how prescient this movie is. These two quotes from Cosmo. There's a war out there, old friend, a world war, and it's not about who's got the most bullets. It's about who controls the information.
Right.
There's one. The world isn't run by weapons anymore, or energy or money. It's run by little ones and zeros, little bits of data. It's all just electrons. In 1992, this was flying over my head.
Yeah.
You asked if this is the first cyber caper movie. This feels to me like one of the first Silicon Valley movies. Like this is, this is such a Bay Area movie. I grew up in the Bay Area, and it's not just a San Francisco movie. It's a Bay Area movie. We're going to Palo Alto. We're going across the Dumbarton Bridge. We're doing all this stuff. And Cosmo as this precursor for what the emotionally stunted men of Silicon Valley will do and control in the future. It makes sneakers eternally relevant.
So you're saying like Bezos might have had this ponytail look that Cosmo had at some point?
He wish he has that ponytail.
It's like someone now who's saying like really heavy shit about AI. I remember I watched this movie, I was 13, and I didn't really follow what Cosmo was saying, but I'm like, oh, this is important and kind of scary. Yeah. But, it's 1992. I'm like, holy shit, look what the Dream Team's doing to Angola. This is great. My focus was elsewhere,
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because it's like I'll just spoil it now. War Games was my double feature for this.
Yeah.
Mine
great.
too.
I love it.
I watched it last night, actually.
And War Games had nice.
Yeah.
War Games had a very similar, like, it catches some moment before it became a moment. Like nuclear war didn't really, like, I would say the day after when that TV movie happened.
Right.
When we really had a Cold War panic in the 80s. War Games was early on it and kind of saw it coming, and the way it used computers, it just was ahead of its time, but it did way better than Sneakers did.
I rewatched it last night because it's the origin story for this movie, because the screenwriters found, in researching War Games, went to conventions, found out about the phone freakers, the cyber caper, the black hatters. And so I was like, oh, curious to see, there's so much Sneakers DNA in War Games. Some of the sort of like we're all crowded around a monitor moments feel so similar. The score is doing, even though it's a different composer, the score is doing similar things. But the way that War Games starts is you have John Spencer and Michael Madsen as two like nuclear missile silo workers going in for a day at work. And there's in the elevator talking about like how John Spencer once knew a woman who grew weed. And there's having this random, has nothing to do with what's going to happen conversation. And it's like so many conversations in Sneakers where Dan Aykroyd, mother, gets on and is just like, cattle mutilations are up, like just like the like the little conversations that they have in the midst of these various heists is something that these guys love to put in, and it makes these characters feel so real and these relationships feel so real. These are people who just know each other, are irritated by each other, but like also show up for each other. I love that.
Were you a War Games guy, Kyle?
I was, a big War Games guy. I loved it. And I think that Joanna makes a prescient point, which is, I think there's certain movies in the early 90s that are so excited about being a 90s movie. Like they're like, welcome to the 90s, motherfuckers. Like I remember when remember the movie Grand Canyon came out. And it's like in the 80s, they brought you the big chill. Welcome to the 90s. That was the actual tagline.
Wow.
And I think to the War Games point, I think when we hit the 90s, everyone was a little nuked out. Like we've done a lot of nuke stuff and nuke movies. Now it's not the nukes. He's literally saying it's the computers. And like, wow, the 90s are so cool. That's how I felt when I was a kid.
I think that's a good point.
I love that.
Grand Canyon. Flawed movie.
Mary McDonnell.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of enjoyable.
Steve Martin gets shot and foams at the mouth. It's very strange and upsetting. Weird movie.
Really strange movie. This is also a We Got to Get a Crew movie.
Well, they have
but I mean, like World War II, like we got to find people who can solve stuff. I like the idea of people who break into stuff to teach people how to avoid being broken into.
Idea.
Yeah.
Has that happened? That must have happened in a TV show, right? There must be some CBS show that my dad watches that has that premise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
this is a real thing. And the thing about this movie, another thing about this movie is it's not universally beloved, but like the cybersecurity world loves Sneakers. They're like, Sneakers got it right, man. They get it,
Yeah.
So,
it was like way more thinking versus like Black Hat.
Right.
So Redford's the leader, Martin Bishop.
Yep.
Poitier. I always mess up his name. It's in my speech impediment.
Yeah.
Poitier.
Poitier.
It's in my
It's
speech
Poitier
dyslexia.
and Van Damme, Bill. It's all right. We all have our weaknesses. It's okay.
He's head of security.
Yep.
Aykroyd. Weird that he was in this movie in 92,
Okay.
but it's right as he's shifting into, he's not leading movies the same way anymore. He's now moving, like he's in Tommy Boy a couple years later. He's in My Girl. He's starting to hit like these.
Coneheads.
Did you see in your research that he was insisting that he play Cosmo? And they were like, we got Ben Kingsley to do that.
Yeah, you're good, Dan.
We want you to play
I
Mother.
don't see him as that. So he's a tech specialist.
Yeah.
River Phoenix is Carl, who's
just like the new kid.
It's like a glue guy, like
Yeah.
young energy off the bench.
He's basically
he'll do the
like Kip
crazy shit though
Returner.
too.
Yeah.
He's like he'll be on special teams. He'll be the gunner.
He'll get the plans in the building for you. He's basically Broderick's character in War Games, right? They caught him hacking into the Oakland City school system to change his grades.
And then Whistler, played by my guy, David Strathern.
Talk about it.
Strathern.
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 I thought it was Strathern. Strathern. That's what I've always said.
Strathern's really an all-timer good one from you. Strathern.
How do you say it?
Strathern, I think.
I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say it.
I thought it was Strathern. Joanna, you think it's Strathern?
I'm going to call him
Either
Strathern.
way, it's better than what Bill said.
Possibly, yes.
He's a blind guy with super hearing.
Yeah.
Yes.
All those people you just mentioned, Oscar winners or Oscar nominated.
Talk about
He's also
incredible.
He was in like some really great smaller parts, like The Firm.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome.
He's so
8 Men
good.
Out. He's the pitcher who can't decide whether he should cheat or not. But he'd pop up in these movies every couple of years, and you're like, I love this guy, but he never became like a guy.
His moment.
Yeah.
His moment is Good Night.
Can I give you 2 parts? Two parts that stand out. All right. He plays an unbelievably disturbing, terrible character in Dolores Claiborne with Kathy Bates. Unwatchable character.
Yeah.
Also, incredible arc in The Sopranos when Carm and Tony break up. She sleeps with him.
Yeah, Joanna's never
he's like
seen
the
it.
counselor at the school, and they fight. And he has an all-time one-liner that I would not say right now, but I love that character.
Yeah. River runs through it. Matewan with Mary McDonnell and James Earl Jones, a movie that I really, really love.
Did really good work.
A John Sayles guy.
And then Mary McDonnell, who's red hot right now from Dances with Wolves.
So the word on the street is that you do not like
I do
Mary.
like her. I don't. She got trapped with bad parts for 2 years. I always thought she was better than the parts. The Blue Chips character is like, I don't even, are you with Nick Nolte or not? Like, what's going on there? Grand Canyon, that movie is just super weird. I think she's great in this movie.
She classes up this movie.
Yeah.
She's so good in this movie.
She's really good. And it's a nothing part. I don't even know, like, you can't even describe 5 things about that character, but she makes it work.
Something I love about, they, like I said, they worked on this movie for 10 years. Something I love about the evolution of this movie is that originally Liz was like someone who worked in a bank that they meet like over the course of the movie, turning her into Bishop's ex. So you have that sort of like comedy plot of remarriage, like we really want these people to get back together energy.
Yeah.
And everyone already knows her. So you don't have to spend a lot of time like, who is this girl? Why do we care about her? You want the two of them to get back together. There's personal stakes on this whole operation, right? Because he's like, if I get my name back, maybe we can be together.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. And then
same thing in Blue Chips, by the way. Exact same relationship with Nick Nolte.
And then everyone in the group loves her. Like all of the sneakers love her.
You gotta love her.
She's great.
You know who didn't really love the crew? Little early step on Roger Ebert.
Oh. Unsurprising.
I do not love this movie. Come on.
Redford's team, yet another version of the World War II platoon that always had one of everything. He lists all the people. There's not enough useful dialogue to go around for such a large team. And sometimes characters feel like they've been pushed on stage for obligatory scenes that are not really necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's a borderline fuck you, Raj. I'm not going to go full tilt fuck you, Raj, but I did think about it.
I get out of here, Raj, with that.
Yeah,
with that
tough
take.
one.
Terrible take.
Talk to me about the outthinking version of hacking. Scrabble pieces. What were some of your favorite, like, Scotch tape hacking, basically?
The Scrabble sequence is excellent in this. I do have one bone to pick with it. I'm a Scrabble guy, it really, really bothers me that they're in the middle of a game and Bish just picks it up and dumps over the board. And they're not like, what the fuck, Bish? I had triple word score. What are you doing?
Right.
I guarantee he was getting his ass kicked.
Oh,
in
he
that
was
game.
losing.
It really bothers
That's one
me.
of my
He was definitely
movies.
losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do
I've done
that.
that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piecing together sounds.
Yeah. That's
What'd
what
you hear?
that's
Did
like
it sound
the
like
centerpiece
that
of
seems
this movie.
amazing?
My voice is my passport. Verify me. That whole sequence is amazing.
Whistler guessing the answer machine thing
Mhm.
with the black
Listen.
box. It's just a lot of like.
Yeah.
Let's go to Craig without him stepping on the take of the movie. When you see these movies as a post-internet child
Yeah.
that try to explain the internet, but it's like 1992 and hacking and all this stuff, what is your reaction as a younger person?
Well, this movie reminded me the most of, is it Disclosure?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
Sure.
when he's got the goggles on and he's like, it's all out there and everything's around him. Look, I think unfortunately the movies that tried to do this in the 90s, they didn't know where things were going. It was like so new, and I think they thought they were getting ahead of it. And it's just naturally one of those things that is impossible to age well. You know? It's tough.
Mhm.
Well, might be a foreshadowing of
Can I-
Craig's
can I
take for
just
later.
say- I've only been on
Nervous now.
I've only been on a handful of rewatchables, but
Yeah.
you can tell when you walk in the room and you look at Craig's face what Craig thinks of the movie.
Well, you guys shouldn't ask me before what I thought, you know? You
Yeah,
gotta
that's
just-
true. I don't know why I try to feel
Hey,
you out.
Horlbeck, you know what ages well? Characters and writing. Who cares about the goddamn computers all the
score.
time?
We'll get to
Score.
that. We'll get to the characters.
All right, good.
No, Craig. I don't want
I
this
wasn't
take.
leaving them out. Yeah.
One last elite mainstream run for Redford. We should mention this because this is Robert Redford month. Sneakers, directs River Runs Through It, Indecent Proposal, directs Quiz Show, Up Close and Personal with Michelle Pfeiffer, and then is Sundance is Taking Off. And this is all from like 92 to 96. So it's his third straight decade for him where he's just in the mix in a real way.
That's so interesting to me because like this is so he has Out of Africa in 85
Yeah.
and then he makes two terrible movies. Like this, he hasn't made a good movie, acted in a good movie since 85 when he makes this movie.
Right.
And so there's a way in which Redford kind of needs this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He
To
needs
get-
this
to
last run.
wash-
It's almost like an athlete.
Wash the taste of Legal Eagles in Havana out of your mouth, right? And so he makes this movie. I'm not a huge fan of Up Close and Personal and
It's
Indecent
terrible.
Proposal, but those are two movies where Redford's like, these are the I Still Got It movies.
Yeah.
Right? With a much younger co-star. Mary McDonnell's at least like only about 15 years younger than him in this
Yeah.
movie. So he's got those two like I Still Got It movies. And then he's firmly into Old Man Redford territory.
Up Close and Personal, I'll defend because my queen
Go on.
Michelle Pfeiffer's in it. And that's
She's-
really I have no other reason.
It's a terrible
And she
movie.
looks great.
She
and
looks
she's a
wonderful.
broadcaster. It's
This
awesome.
is it's the original Morning Show. Do you think you love Morning Show because you love Up Close and Personal?
I love to
Oh.
hate watch morning show.
Okay.
It's never
Bill, are
been
you a
worse.
One Fine
too.
Day guy as well?
It's not very good. But I
Okay.
watch it.
One
Have
Fine
I
Day
watched it
is
multiple times?
Great.
Yes.
One Fine Day is great.
Yeah. Listen, Pfeiffer in the 90s.
Including
Let's
Pfeiffer and
go.
I
Clooney.
mean, my
Who says
number
no?
one is to Jillian on her 37th birthday.
Right.
Which is
Everyone's
a movie
fa-
with no plot whatsoever.
The most rewatchable movie that has ever happened.
And she's the hottest ghost that ever lived. Yeah, what a run for her. Anyway, Redford is 56.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In sneakers.
Mhm.
I have some thoughts about that in later categories. Meanwhile, Ben Kingsley. This is his 90s supporting guy run. Bugsy, Sneakers, Dave, Bobby Fischer, Schindler's List, and Species. All in like 4 years. They were like, all right, we got to give you the Sir. This is too
yeah.
many rewatchable movies. What are your Ben Kingsley's thoughts, Kyle?
Well, also like Strathairn or however you say it, memorable Sopranos run for me. A crazy episode with Hollywood Maltasante.
Yeah.
I love that. Obviously, all the stuff that he had done. I just remember like when he started going by Sir, I was like, oh shit, he's a Sir now? Like that, he's one of the people that the Sir really seemed to suit them. Some of these people with the Sirs, I'm not feeling it. Sir Ben it works for him.
Like
and he
Sir
lives up to it in
Marshawn
this
Lynch
movie.
maybe doesn't work
I
the
can't
same
do
way.
that. I can't do Sir Beast mode. No, but like Sir Ben Kingsley, yes.
I don't like when people get the Sirs.
Do you know
I feel like I
Michael-
have nothing in common with them anymore. They're like,
Isn't it like the British Walk of Stars?
over
Like-
here.
Do you know
Yeah.
Michael
come on.
Sheen, the actor Michael Sheen, gave his back? Because
Why?
he's Welsh and he believes strongly that in like sort of Welsh independence. So he gave
Rejected the Sir.
he received it and then he returned it. because he said he did some research into. I don't know how many people have returned it, but he returned his.
I don't like Sir either, but for some reason I love Dame. Like Dame Judi Dench all day long.
Dame is great.
I love a Dame.
It's such a good point. Dame is great. Sir's terrible. We need in America. We need our version of this though, where people just get some weird title.
I think it's the verified blue check on Twitter. That's what we do now. That's
Absolutely
not. Directed and co-written by Phil Alden Robinson, who did Field of Dreams. One of my favorite movies in college.
This is how he spends his Field of Dreams blank check, getting sneakers.
How about that?
What's interesting is, I was like, what happened? Why didn't he make more movies? Because this guy was clearly good at making movies and putting movies together and getting good performance from characters. Yeah, he's good in that. Or the movies, like that's a well-directed, well-done movie.
Yeah.
He went kind of serious. Like he was directing documentaries for Nightline. Like he just kind of moved away from making movies full time.
He started his ducumentary. Like he was in during the Vietnam War, he was a military documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
Then he writes all of Me, he directs Field of Dreams, he does this, he does Some Old Affairs. And now he's back in like he was a leader in leadership at the Writers Guild of America and at the Motion Picture Academy. So he's sort of like a Hollywood statesman.
It's kind of like the real life Marty. It's a higher calling.
Yeah,
a higher calling.
Some of the stuff in this movie is heavy-handed. You mentioned the post-Cold War victory, that lap. There's just straight shots across the bow to the Republican Party. It's like at the end of the movie, we go from the really great sequence of the blind guy driving the car, and all of a sudden he's up there preaching about information and all. Like you can tell the director was liking the stuff, and good for him. It was a great movie.
Yeah, he might have had a couple settle down moments with the producers. Like,
maybe
Phil, scale it back a little.
I don't know. You make Field of Dreams. I think you get to do whatever you want to do.
He really did. I still don't understand what happened to all the cars when they showed up at the end of Field of Dreams.
No parks.
Like where they park them?
Yeah. At some point, it's just a traffic jam.
You just got to mow down someone else's field in order to make a parking lot.
It's kind of the same thing as this movie when there's like 100 guards that storm the building at the end, and then they just all disappear. Same with the cars.
Yeah, they just kind of go away. $23 million budget made $105.2 million.
Globally.
Pretty good.
All day long.
It's okay. Only $50 million domestically. And you mentioned Shawshank Redemption, which I think is a great comp. I wish this had the like lives forever on TNT Saturday morning sort of life that Shawshank had.
You know what part of the problem was? It was a little too long and it wasn't Shawshank.
Yeah, it's not as good as Shawshank.
It is not Shawshank Redemption. I will give you that.
This is an hour 40. It's on TNT and TBS for 20 straight years.
I think the other issue, and this is something that Phil Alden Robinson did, is that he put language. Well, you can edit language for cable. That's fine. But this is such a weird spot of a movie, right? It's a dad movie, is what it is, and I love a dad movie. I love a Tin Cup. I love a Field of Dreams. I love this movie, right? I love the whole everything. And
Craig doesn't.
But well, Craig just looks so wounded when you said that.
I love Field of Dreams. You're talking about Tin Cup? I like Tin Cup.
It's all right.
But like but there's a little bit of action, but there's not a ton of action.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you said there's some sex. I mean, there's not really any sex in this movie. You know what I mean? And so it's like
there's a lot of weird groaning off camera.
But it's too like smart, or however you want to categorize it, for kids to love it. You know what I mean? Early teen, you and I, Kyle,
so
were
you
like
would throw more sex in it?
I'm saying it's a weird sweet spot. Is it for kids? Is it for adults? Like, who is it for? It's for me.
You know what I think it is, Joanna? I think this movie is an on the screws perfect PG-13 movie. It's why that rating exists.
And they should
they get it.
Yeah. But I think then it becomes hard to pitch. Like, I wouldn't show this to kids. But then some adults are like, well, this isn't action heavy enough for me, or this isn't, this.
You know what this movie is? It's just a good hang.
It's such a good
yes,
hang.
It is
kind of have it
hang.
on, and I think a big piece of this is the score that we didn't really talk about. James Horner, I have some stuff later. I had no idea how revered this score was by people.
Oh, did you read the Bertel piece?
Yeah. But we'll hit that in a second. Roger Ebert, 2.5 stars.
Yeah,
could have been worse.
Yeah.
One of the weaknesses of the movie is the way it pretends to be a techno thriller when in fact it recycles much older traditions. It's a sometimes entertaining movie, but thin.
I'm not claiming it's a deep movie, but like it matters that things are fun and not stupid. And that's what Sneakers is.
All right, we're going to take a break and then we're going to do the categories. This episode is brought to you by State Farm. There's nothing better than having friends that support you and your passions, or maybe even a wife. Like when I told my wife we have to go see the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and we went to a 4:30 Monday screening, and I was so passionate about it that I skipped Monday Night Football and just watched it later on DVR. If you really love something, you need the support system around you, like those friends. State Farm, there to help you along the way. With so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have support in finding what fits for you. Go online at statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to get help from one of their local agents. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Most rewatchable scene. Would you have the 1969 pizza order gone wrong in there? Because I would not, but I'll happily defer to you.
You know what I love about that scene, and this is a take that's coming later. I think they fucking nailed the young versions of Kingsley and Redford. I love those actors.
I had that. Young Redford is great.
He's great, and young Kingsley looks like him. If we put it on a scale of if young Tommy in Goodfellas is a 10, like the best one that's ever been done, these guys are like 7 5s or 8s. I completely buy that it's them.
I had Redford as like a 9.
Yeah.
Like he looks like Electric Horseman Redford. He's got like the big hair and the mustache.
That's Michael from Twin Peaks. Like he's a guy I know, but you put that like sort of that like handlebar mustache on him, and I was just like, that's right. Yes. And he got the intonation perfect.
I thought Kingsley was like a 5.5.
Well,
I thought he was good.
We're going to have to spend a lot of time talking about Kingsley's accent in this movie. And I feel like probably the young guy doing whatever it is that Kingsley was doing was sort of distracted by that assignment.
Okay, I'm into that.
Most rewatchable scene, the bad guys find Marty, allegedly an SA agent. One of them's Timothy Busfield, who was having a little run here. He was in Field of Dreams.
He was.
I think 30-something might still be on at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
He had shed Revenge of the Nerds, I felt like, at this point. You weren't looking at him and just thinking of him playing the bass. Or what was that, electric guitar? What did he play?
But I keep waiting for the Nerds pod. I just don't know if we're responsible enough to do it. It's got some problematic stuff.
It's got some deep
We
problems.
almost did it.
We can't, the movie does not exist on the internet.
The movie's gone.
You can't find it.
We were going to do it when House was here, and the movie's just
you can't rent it,
doesn't
buy
exist.
it, stream it. It's been wiped.
Anthony Edwards
it's gone
used
to that
his
soul
money,
man
bought
territory
it
where it doesn't exist anymore.
Lambda.
Those are my guys.
Yeah.
It's Timothy Busfield and Eddie Jones, who is a great. I love Eddie Jones. He played Pa Kent on Lois and Clark, and so I always think of him as Pa Kent when I see him. But they're such great assholes in this movie.
Yeah. Trying to get the math guy's password while this Czech lady's seducing him is just kind of funny. But I like the next
laugh
scene
out loud at Carl saying, Bish, you think I could take a look? I mean, he wants to see. This is 92. You can't get internet porn and all that. He's like, wow.
I got so for nudity.
So funny.
But when then Poitier's like, grow up, and then he's like, let me see.
Yeah.
But the next scene's better when Marty gets caught in the office with the Czech lady.
Yeah.
That's a really good scene. And the little earpieces. I always wonder when people have earpieces like that, you can't tell when you're just talking to them? Like if Joanna had an earpiece right now with somebody talking into it, I wouldn't be able to hear that or no?
It depends on how slick your tech is. And I don't know how 92 sneakers tech is.
If it's the 80s, that woman's topless for sure.
Oh, yeah. 1983? Yeah. That's like an actual sex scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
we got out. In the 90s, we were just better people. The Clinton administration was coming.
Yeah, Clinton really cleaned everything.
We had a lot of hope in 92 that things were going to be better.
Clinton is Carl wanting to see in the camera. That's who he is.
The Czech lady, I'm not positive what's going on there, and it's pretty silly, but I enjoy it.
I love her. She's also in Field of Dreams. She's in almost every Phil Alden Robinson movie.
Yeah. Well, she was the crazy book burning lady in Field of Dreams, right?
And she's in Sum of All Fears. And then there's like an Easter egg in Sum of All Fears. Her character's name in this movie gets like mentioned in Sum of All Fears. I think
Joanna's really auditioning for the Sum of All Fears rewatch. This is what I'm taking away.
You're all over.
What I'm taking away.
Solo pod.
I just think it's fascinating that Phil Alden Robinson's like, she's my girl. I'm going to put her in all of my movies. Love her.
They cracked the code for CTEC astronomy. CTEC astronomy, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Rat semen cooties.
Yep.
All right. The Ben Kingsley Cosmo reveal. So Marty has no idea this is coming?
I guess not.
He never thought about this? Like, oh, the guy died in prison. I'm just going to accept that explanation.
I think
he hoped he did.
I think you can explain that he's so burdened by guilt about this that he's just sort of like, I hope this is the end of that story.
Is he burdened by guilt? Seems like he kind of moved on. It's like, I was getting some pizza. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. I don't think he tried to help him at anything. I think he's like this wild dog who's out of there. Yeah.
He didn't.
Not at all.
It's like how Kyle and I felt when Schrags went to ESPN. It's like, hey,
Bill, knowing that Peter's going to listen to this, that is not how I felt. How dare you?
I will say that the Cosmo's Alive reveal is kind of impossible to do when you show the movie to people now because they're like, when is Ben Kingsley getting here? You know what I mean? Like they know Ben Kingsley's in the movie and they're like, where is he? So,
Kyle, what do you think when characters say things like, I might be able to crash the whole damn system. Think about it. No more rich people. No more poor people. Everyone is going to be the same.
It's great monologuing. It's great rhetoric. And then the follow-up by Bish. You haven't gone crazy, have you, Kaz? Exactly right.
And he's like,
especially because he's giving that speech, and we got to talk about this later, but like, obviously Cosmo's office is just a fucking revelation. He's giving the speech in some sort of like a Darth Vader back to take chamber. Like I don't even know what they're sitting on. What is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's where he goes when
it's like
he wants
out of Austin Powers.
No one watching him or something like that.
Is.
But an evil lair is definitely what that is.
It's like I'm thinking about being evil lair. It's not even an evil lair.
That's in my unanswerable questions. Is what is Cosmo's plan exactly?
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing with Redford in that scene, and what you just said about him being like, Redford was a really good like counterpuncher. Reactor, play off somebody who's like doing something bigger than he is and just having these little, you know, like being confused or kind of staring somebody down. I always thought that was one of his best skills. And I don't even know how to describe. I don't know who other people even do that.
I think it's incredibly insightful. And that is this movie. He's the straight man surrounded by these eccentric characters who are blind or funny or conspiracy theorists. There's this little thing he does, exactly what you're saying. When Cosmo says, oh, it's good to see you. They cut to Redford and he kind of does this look that says, I'm not sure it's good to see you.
Right.
Like it's such good acting. He's so underrated for that. It was
you know what he is? He's a Hall of Fame eye narrower.
Oh, a squinter?
Yeah.
When his eyes narrow, he's like the wheels are turning.
He's thinking. That's his thinking face.
Or he does he listens to somebody.
Oh, the golden retriever head tilt?
There's a pause. And
you know what it is?
Then he has
GIF?
an answer.
You know that GIF? A guy goes like that, who like changes his eyes.
Yeah,
like Redford does that all the way to the Hall of Fame. He's great at it.
I think the Cosmo reveal is really interesting. I think that scene is really interesting. I think that monologue is absolutely bananas. I do think it's interesting that you say that Redford is straight man. He is the straight man in this movie, but he gets so many jokes. Like he gets so many jokes off in this movie too.
He's
counterpuncher. The problems always get worse. Why is that? I should do this in a Kingsley accent, but I'm not going to.
Good luck.
Well, which one?
Yeah, because he's one of the four.
The way he says disaster.
Yeah, disaster.
Bizarre.
Because money's most powerful ability is to allow bad people to continue doing bad things at the expense of those who don't have it.
The question is this movie...
Predicting the 2020s?
Is this movie in favor of what these guys were doing in the 60s? Or is it, this is the conversation we're having about one battle after another. What does it say about these revolutionaries and what they become in one battle in modern day, but one battle after another? And what does it say about Cosmo, who's like in the 60s is like, let's fuck over Richard Nixon. And then the 90s, you're like, the movie thinks he's crazy, but what he's preaching is financial equity. I don't really understand exactly what the movie wants us to think about that.
Thank you for bringing this up. I think bringing the PTA movie is smart, bringing that in. So this is like 45, 50, almost 50 years of that theme, which is basically like my mom and dad. Like they're in college and it's like, we're going to change the world. And then, 10 years later, it's like, wait, what are we going to do now? Like this kind of sucks. That's been like, people try to change the world. They get older and you either keep that passion or you don't. And in Kingsley's case, he keeps the passion, but in like the craziest, darkest way possible. It's almost like a comic book movie, Kyle.
Sentiment. They have a moment where Carl pulls him aside and says, I just don't understand. Why were you taking all these chances? And he's like, well, there was a war going on. Well, we just wanted to meet girls. Carl is like speaking for the younger people in that scene, and then he's speaking for my parents. It's a cool little moment.
This is like the big chill. It's the first movie that really was just like, this is about this theme. Mm-hmm. What happens when you get older and you can't change the world anymore? What do you do then? And Kevin Kline's character is like, it's cool, money.
I was going to say, you buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I have a really cool house. Have you seen my house?
Buy stuff that'll make it better.
All right. Just spoiler, this is my most rewatchable scene when they figure out where Marty got taken.
Yeah, the cocktail party scene.
This whole thing, figuring out the sounds.
That's it.
And Whistler just like on his little thing. Does it sound like this? Does it? I just think that's a riveting 5 minutes.
I'm proud of you because there's a skeptic's reaction to that scene. It's, oh, fucking come on. You're not going to hear what the sound of the highway is when you're unconscious in the back of a trunk. And he's like, well, the seams of the concrete. I like the scene too. Strathairn or whatever his name is carries it beautifully. Yeah. But there's a lot of people who are like, that's bullshit.
Really? There's people out there, they're detractors?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe that, but there are. Yes, it's unlikely, but they do. It does work.
They stole it for Taken 2.
They don't believe that David Strathairn knows that Whistler has memorized the seam allowance between the concrete on the Dumbarton Bridge.
Well, also that Marty, who probably has a concussion and/or CTE from the hit he took, is going to be in a trunk. Like, all right, I'm memorizing that sound and now that sound. I mean, you're probably in the car like, my head.
There's a nitpick about this scene, and then I have a well actually to the nitpick, right? Because in that scene, they say there are 4 Bay Area bridges, right?
Sure.
There are actually 5.
Oh, is this a San Francisco nitpick?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Joe was really like bringing it today.
I have a well actually. There's 5, because they mentioned the Golden Gate, the Bay, the Dumbarton, and San Mateo. There's the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. But if you're coming from San Francisco, which is the origin, I believe, then there's only 4 that matter. But a lot of people will say, well, actually, they didn't mention the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. And I'm like, why would you talk about it if you're starting in San Francisco? So
I've never seen Kyle more riveted by anything.
Originally, we thought there was another bridge and that Brock Purdy was a bridge quarterback. But it turns out he's the real deal.
NFL joke.
NFL joke.
I will say the Bay
Craig
Area.
loved it.
The Bay Area in me. The biggest, it's actually one of my favorite parts of the movie because I get excited every time it comes up. And it's the way that Canadian Dan Aykroyd pronounces the Dunbarton Bridge. He says Dunbarton in a really weird way that if you grew up listening to the traffic reports in the Bay Area, you're like, why would you ever say it like that?
It's like me saying Strathairn.
Yeah, Dumbarton. The Dumbarton Bridge.
We're now calling David Strathairn Michael Strahan. It's come to that.
This is the society we live in.
I really like that scene. 2 more. Kingsley figures it out and he's on the intercom. I like when bad guys are on an intercom in a building. Joanna, you must come out now.
You're saying that like you don't do that every day at the Mateo office.
I should start coming downtown and just go on the intercom. Hello, ringer.
There's also that point where he's like, she's lovely, Marty. And then they go and they show Mary McDonnell. And you're like, shit, you got him. Let's go, Kaz.
I have a very short rewatchable scene that I'm going to talk about later, not for this. That's just for me, that I was fascinated by and I videotaped. I'm going to show you later. And then finally, a James Earl Jones cameo.
What a great scene.
During like peak James Earl Jones. I mean, Apex Mountain of James Earl Jones, Field of Dreams, Sandlot, this movie. Like, he would pop up. It was like fucking being handed a hot fudge sundae. It's like, oh, thank you.
2 of our ringer pals are like the perfect example of what I was talking about at the beginning about what this movie can be. Because when I told Van that I was like, oh, I'm doing Rewatchables tomorrow. He's like, what are you doing?
Van's jealous.
And I was like, sneakers. He gasped.
Yeah,
he was so excited, right? And but our pal Rob Mahoney had not seen Sneakers. He went to go see it in Rep last week for the first time. He had never seen it because he was like, Joanna's obsessed with this. I'm going to go see it. It's in Rep.
You bullied everybody. Just bullying ringer staffers left and right.
What I do best. And he's like, it played so well. He was like, the way the crowd lost it when James Earl Jones showed up at the end of this movie. I was like, it's
such a good movie.
I feel every time I watch it, Bill, it's like, all right, the crazy heist, it happened. They get back. Now let's just roll the credits. And then it's like, glass breaks. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, shit, it's James Earl Jones music. What is he doing here? And he comes in like firing. He's doing like, when Bish is like, come on, one day. He goes, no. He sounds like Darth Vader.
Yeah, Vader,
It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, who is James Earl Jones now? Like, who could just pop into a movie out of nowhere with 8 minutes left, and you're just like, oh my
like,
God,
oh,
this guy.
shit.
I don't even think that person
Well,
exists.
I hate to say like another like old black guy, but Morgan Freeman has the voice and everybody loves him. And like there's some of that going on a little bit. But
It's not like James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
There was
I
like,
know.
it's funny because I just watched Field of Dreams again recently.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like the 85th time or the 70th time or
Right.
whatever, but I just love him so much in that movie. It's one of my favorite performances. He's just
I
so
love that
great
movie.
and so happy. And,
Yeah.
As
He
soon
can
as
be
he's
so
on the trip,
intimidating too. Bill,
Right.
when he turns the van around and he's standing there and she goes, Moonlight
Yeah.
Graham. You're like, oh
Moonlight
shit,
Graham.
I just pissed myself. In that scene in the loft at the end of it, when he's just like, I'm going to be sick. And like it makes me so intimidated. It's like he's my grandfather, and I'm like, I did something wrong. He's so great.
That scene is so good.
the
Also,
requests are really funny. Winnebago. Aykroyd
yeah.
wants a Winnebago with burgundy interior.
Oh, that's great.
Sid wants to take his wife to Europe.
and Tahiti.
And Tahiti.
And Tahiti.
Yeah.
I'm Carl. I'm married. River Phoenix just wants a phone number from
Yeah.
the
Yep.
kind of sneaky hot
With the Uzi.
FBI, whatever she was.
Mhm.
And then Whistler wants peace on earth and goodwill toward men.
Mhm.
And then James Earl Jones says, none of this happened.
With the U.S.
None
government,
of
we
this
don't do
ever
that.
happened.
Yeah.
This box
Simba,
doesn't
you
exist.
deliberately disobeyed me. It's the best.
So what do you have for most rewatchable, Kyle?
I think the entire Warner Brandis sequence is fucking awesome. From the time they identify his office next to Cosmos, the garbage, the 180 IQ, the scene in the restaurant with trying to check off the thing. But that's a sequence. If I'm answering the question honestly, Bill, I mean, it's got to be the final heist in the fortress and like the walking across and that type of shit, all in the middle of that.
Joe?
I think the answer is the cocktail party scene, but I also want to add that the Scrabble tile sequence happens at the same time as like Whistler and Carl and Mother are messing around with the box. You know what I mean? Like you're doing two things at once in a scene. I think, and figuring out what it can do. That tension. So they're like trying to figure out the James Horner score is going crazy in that sequence. Pianos are like being tossed off of cliffs and stuff like that. I just think that that's such a smart economy. It's so hard to make hacking look interesting, right? Because you're just sitting in front of a monitor.
Most movies fail.
And you know what can make it more interesting? A Scrabble game. Some Scrabble tiles on top of that.
What's the most 1992 thing about this movie?
Is it Robert Redford's light wash, straight leg, dad jeans?
I had Redford's baseball jacket because it's the same jacket from The Natural.
It's not the exact
Literally
same.
the same coat, right?
I was like, that looks like the jacket from The Natural. And then I Googled it and
it's not the exact same one.
It's the exact same jacket.
It's not. It's
That's
not.
what it said on the internet.
I know,
My half-assed internet research.
I know.
That's a power move.
My whole ass internet research found out that it's not the same jacket, but it looks the same.
Definitely?
Definitely. But he goes.
Is it more fun if it is the same jacket?
Well,
Let's just pretend that it was.
Well, here's my question. He goes to Union College, I think is the name of the college that he and Cosmo go to, and that's the college from The Way We Were.
Yeah.
And then Martin Bishop is a name from 3 Days of the Condor.
Yeah.
And then the jacket is like meant to look like the jacket from The Natural. So is this just like Robert Redford fan fiction? Like, is this just like
or
Robert
is
Redford
it the
museum?
jacket? Maybe the internet information's wrong.
It's not the exact same jacket, but it's very close.
It's intimidating to have Joanna on the rewatchables. Just like
she just whole ass internet researched you, Bill.
I didn't realize we were doing whole ass internet research. I thought it was half ass.
Mary McDonnell's hair, which is feathered to hell, very 1992. She looks amazing. Beria 1992 things. First of all, they're in the Fox Theater. That's where it's an Oakland theater. It's a usable venue, but that's where their lair is. So 1992, the idea that these guys, who a woman at the beginning of the movie says not a very good living that you make, could afford that place in the Bay Area. 1992. Yeah. The fact that they find street parking on Spears Street when they do the handoff under the Bay Bridge, 1992. It's a different Bay Area.
Wow, this is hardcore.
How about that lady who says that about not a good living? What an asshole. Was that totally necessary? Hey, like you work the counter at a bank. What are you casting judgment about? I hate that lady.
I had the computer hacker graphics and manipulating a dating service for some sort of kind of capery type thing. Because
Hiding-
now would you be manipulating what? What would it be now, Craig? Tinder?
Yeah.
You could still use a dating
Bumble
service.
or Hinge or
Yeah.
something, sure.
Bumble. Yeah, it'd be Bumble.
And it's not
now.
even internet dating, it's computer dating.
Right.
Which
He's
they
a
call it, which is a very
computator.
different.
But this was computer dating heyday for movies. It could possibly Apex Mountain because Singles has a whole plot around it.
Mhm.
Sure.
And then See You Love with Pacino, they do the phone service dating thing. Yeah. Now, this is why Craig didn't resonate with this movie. He didn't understand the
it.
dating.
Zuckerberg saw this and was like, I'm going to come up with Facebook.
Yeah, I gotta come up with better. Yeah.
I actually have I have that in What's Age the Worst when Ben Kingsley's when Cosmo says a computer matched him with her. I don't think so. I'm like, actually, bad matches happen all the time on
Right.
dating apps.
That's why he's Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
He lives above. He doesn't need to use a dating
Most
service.
1992 thing, hiding something in an answering machine.
Mm.
I mean, I had a major plot point about an answering machine, another one about a car phone. But my answer was in the actual Siskel and Ebert episode where they did the TV show on this, Gene Siskel introduces the movie by saying, starring Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier, and Timothy Busfield from 30-something. Like, holy shit.
Wow.
He jumped over Dan Aykroyd, who was in Ghostbusters, and Mary McDonnell's in Dancing with Wolves. And the producer's like, no, Gene, trust me, 30-something's big. You got to make sure you get Busfield
Wow,
in there.
that's
Like, all right.
stunning.
Got a stump for Busfield.
I had one more. The movie ends with a national news report announcing the sudden bankruptcy of the Republican National Committee. That simultaneous large donations were made to Amnesty International, Greenpeace, and the United Negro College Fund. It just felt very 92 to me. Just that they picked those charities.
Yes.
And then we
like,
had a
we did
national
it.
news thing. What's age the best?
Mm-hmm.
All the Republican barbs are pretty interesting in the 2025 context.
Like pure sucker punches right to the bridge of the nose. And I don't remember there being any conversation about it. Like now there'd be picketing and there'd be James Woods tweets and everyone would lose their minds. Like that's out of nowhere.
It is funny because this movie comes out right as everybody was really turning on the Republicans in 92 and Clinton was rising and the election's about to happen. And
there's that George H.W. Bush dig, right? Where like the homeless man's like, they're taking my home. And he's like, ask him. And he points to a Bush poster. Yeah.
I'm telling you, in college, it happened fast.
Yeah.
It was going great for Bush. And then all of a sudden people are like, he's out. Clinton's in. We're like, okay.
The guy doesn't like one stem of broccoli and it's all over.
What do you have for What's Age the Best, Joanna?
I would say information age paranoia and emotionally stunted men in Silicon Valley trying to run or ruin the world.
Mm-hmm. I got one, Bill, that I know is a specialty of yours. We talked about this in the RoboCop pod. Screenwriting hack. If you want to make a character loathsome and give your hero a great line, name the loathsome character Dick.
Yeah.
And it allows Bishop to say, oh, I can't tell you what a relief that is. Pause. Dick. It's so good every single time. Every Breakfast Club does it. RoboCop does it. Sneakers does it. It always hits.
When we write our 80s action movie, we'll have somebody would be named Dick. We'll do that. I have, speaking of that, of tropes, any movie like this where something happens with one of the heroes and like he falls, stumbles, whatever, and he does like, we're getting too old for this.
Oh, the best.
I think
I don't know how many movies that sentence has been said in, but it's over 30.
The way that he just like
down
biffs over that counter is so funny.
Do you think that was intentional?
It's hilarious.
It looks like it. I think the way that Poitier just doesn't react means it's a stunt, but because he just keeps running. But like, it's a good
He's in his
stunt.
mid-50s. You can't have you get injured on that shit. It is really funny though.
Yeah, it's really funny.
What's age the best? Dan Aykroyd is a kooky conspiracy theorist person because I think he is in real life.
He definitely is. I love all the behind the scenes stuff. He goes, "Oh, I based this on my brother. This is my brother. I got all of this from my brother," because they added all of that conspiracy theory stuff to the character while they were making the movie. They like didn't really have a full character for Mother. And so they added all of that stuff, I think, to make Dan Aykroyd feel better about the fact that he wasn't playing Cosmo.
Oh, it's so
and they're
good.
like, we'll give you this runner about conspiracy theory stuff. And so in all the behind the scenes stuff, he's like, oh yeah, this is just my brother. And I'm like, Dan, it's you actually. I think this is
now
just
you think the NSA killed Kennedy? No, they shot him. They didn't kill him. He's still alive. It's so good.
This is why
when he
being
says
an
he got
only
this
child
from
really
his friend
hurts
in
me. I
Desert
can't-
Storm, but he's on the other side. Oh, that kills me every time.
Yeah.
I can't blame a sibling for all my conspiracy theories. I just have to own them myself.
Oh God. I love
Only
Conspiracy
child.
Bill though.
For What's Age the Best, I really like Marty's old orange Porsche.
That's my what I want. It's not a Do you want me to tell you that it's not a Porsche?
Memorable. What is? It's probably a fake Porsche. What is it?
No, it's a VW.
Okay.
Hold on.
I thought
really?
Joanna might have wanted the jacket because he wore the same jacket in both movies.
I would take the
I
jacket.
thought that was like an early
No,
60s.
it's a 1967 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia convertible, and it's the same
Wow.
car that Brad Pitt drives in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hot.
Brad Pitt drives the
Interesting.
light blue one. I found
They
that on
only
the
showed the
same.
side. They never showed the back of it, at least for what I could tell. So I thought it was a Porsche.
I found that on the same in-depth blog post where they said it's definitely not the same Letterman jacket from.
I don't like
from a
that blog
natural.
post, and I'm not going to listen
Yeah,
to them.
fuck
But
it.
he goes into like the watches that he's wearing and like all this. It's like a very like James Bondification of Marty
Sure.
Bishop. What are his jackets? What are his watches? What is the car? What is his car phone?
I like the "I will not shoot my friend, shoot my friend."
Shoot my friend. Great line.
Great bad guy moment.
I also like right after that. It's give me the box right now, or I will kill you right now. Just good
Yeah.
dialogue. I like it. Catchy.
There's also so many little unspoken joke moments, like at the very beginning when Carl has put like dark grease paint on his face in order to sort of debut night stealth mode for the bank heist, and then Sidney Poitier just like walks up and looks at him and just like keeps going.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Speaking of him, motherfuckers mess with me, I'll split your head. All of a sudden, it's just out of nowhere.
Yeah, they call
He
me
was like
Mr.
one of the most
Tibbs.
revered
Yeah.
actors we had. It was
so
crazy hearing him say that. It's crazy now.
It's also like kind of a screenwriting hack. If you want someone to be instantly unlikable, like some random security guard, make him say a racial slur to Sidney Poitier to turn around for no reason. And then he goes shotgun to the face.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers messed with me, I'll split your head. Even Mother goes, wow.
Yeah.
I think that was just Dan Aykroyd. Like, I don't think that was Mother.
The last one stage the best is a pretty unique one.
What do you
Nick
got?
Britell wrote
Yeah.
this whole slate piece about how great the score was in 2012. And he was a young composer at that time, not really a
Hadn't
named
done
guy.
Succession yet.
And eventually ends up doing the all the scores for Succession,
Yeah.
which is like I think one of the most famous scores of this century.
He talks
And
And
about
is now he's doing this.
Yeah.
He's got some stuff coming that I know about that I'm not allowed to say.
tell me later. But
Yeah.
like
But he's like I would say one of the most famous under 50 composers we have right now for movies and TV.
And he talks about how obsessed he is with that James Horner score. And it is such a weird score, right? Because you've got the saxophone, which is very 90s, right? And you've got
Sure.
this sort of like smooth saxophone.
Marsalis.
Yeah, Brandt Marsalis, like really good stuff. Then you've got the like weird, almost like haunted Tim Burton Christmas, like like
Mhm.
Yeah.
vocals on there. And then you've got those like pianos off the cliff stuff that they do. And it's just like such a weird, great score.
That would have
on
been a
this
good
movie.
what's the most 1992 thing about this movie is the score feels very early 90s to me.
But it just feels like three different
Yeah.
early 90s scores.
Well,
smashed
Horner is
together.
like, he's like the sound of the 90s. He's doing Titanic and Braveheart. Like, that's like, those are just all
Field of
big time
Dreams.
Mhm.
shit. Yeah.
Aliens he did. All right. Big Kahuna Burger Award for best
Yeah.
use of food and drink. So we never see the pizza in the beginning, but I
The
do think
pepperoni.
it wins the award.
pepperoni pizza run.
And I do wonder, should he have gone to get the pizza and brought it back with the box and then
And then
Cosmo
run
gets
and
nailed?
just
So we could have seen the pizza.
drop the
I
pizza in
was-
the snow.
I'm always pro. I just want to see the pizza when somebody's
I
getting
wanna
pizza
see
in a
it.
movie.
We talked so much about does he care or not that Cosmo was arrested. I think he's out there eating the pizza in front of him as he's
Wow.
getting handed away, and he's doing the attitude era sucking thing. Like, I think he's doing all of that. He got the pizza, he ate the whole fucking thing.
Oh man, tough.
Great Jack Order Award. Most cinematic shot.
Wait. What
What?
about the dim sum that Stephen Tobolowsky
Oh,
has
good call.
stuffed in his
Are you
face?
ready for the dim sum bar?
That's probably a better answer
Only because we
Yeah.
don't get to
because
see
we
the
don't get to
pizza.
see the pizza.
Yeah.
What did you have for Great Shot Gordo Award, Kyle?
There's
Did you have
so
one?
many
Most
candidates.
cinematic shot?
This movie has a million, and mine is like maybe like a 10 seed, but when there's a scene when Redford gets thrown out of the moving car and it's this beautiful shot of Alcatraz behind him
Yeah.
as the
Yeah.
sun's rising. I was like, holy shit, somebody's cooking there. That's
That's
mine.
a good one.
That
You
was
like
on my list was Sunrise on Lombard Street in San Francisco. Because like
Yes.
it's so hard to get that shot. Like
Yeah.
you're in the middle of Lombard Street. But I would say the code reflected on Whistler's glasses
Yeah, it
is
was
like
great.
the like icon of the movie.
Kid Cudi Pursuit of Happiness, where Best Needle Drop is clearly guy singing "Bad Bad Leroy Brown" in Chinese.
I
Not
have to
topping
say,
that ever.
I have to say,
Bad
I think
Leroy
I'll
Brown.
download that on Spotify.
Warner Brandis, we have some notes, but your first date move is dim sum and karaoke in Chinatown. I think it's a 10 out of 10. I think that's a great first
I
date
agree.
moment.
I think there's a case they could have ended up together.
Yeah.
That's
What
a
about
hard cut to that guy. It's like, baddest man in the whole day. I laugh every time. It's so good. He's going.
what about Chain of Aretha Franklin, Chain of Fools?
That'd be the other
when Mary
candidate.
McDonnell danced
The
with
dance
everyone.
sequence.
Yeah.
And Dan Aykroyd has some moves. It's
Hey, did
great.
you know that Dan Aykroyd's a great dancer? Look at the credit sequence of The Great Outdoors. He's incredible.
Oh yeah,
Really
great
good
point.
dancer.
Great point.
I mean, he landed Donna Dixon. I assume he
You're right.
had a lot of
I
talent.
think he did that. Bill, if he's a good dancer, you know what else he is. Come on.
Number 1 overall pick.
I have
Yeah,
another question.
let's go.
In the background of that party, you hear Dylan's "Everybody Must Get Stoned" before he starts
Really?
singing. You just like hear the
You think they cut
iconic
it out?
opening of it. Yeah. Do you have to pay for it if you don't hear Dylan sing? You still have to pay for it, right? And isn't that
I think
hideously
it-
expensive?
On TV, you
To
can
barely
borrow up to
use.
7 seconds. In movies, I don't think you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I think you have
I have
to.
some
You're
questions
paying
about that.
whatever. Chess Rockwell Brocklander's award for best character name. It's got to be a blind guy named Whistler. I don't know. Are we topping that?
I think Warner Brandis is really good. I think Gunter Yannick is really good.
Gunter
It
Yannick?
is.
Donald Logue's character. Whistler, Mother Crease, Cosmo. I mean,
Well,
these-
Cosmo a couple of years before Cosmo Kramer.
Yeah,
Like
true.
he just
A
they
nice
came in under
Cosmo
the
run.
wire.
All right, we're taking a break, and then Joanna's got a flex category.
All right.
All right, Joanna, flex category. What do you got?
Well, we already did. I actually had two because was there a better title for this movie was going to be one of the ones I picked, but we already covered that.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I had to, because I was worried this other one is the most obvious one, which is the Matt Damon and Eurotrip Award for most unexpected A-lister cameo.
Sure. James
which is
Earl.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's fair.
Do you think James Earl Jones knows the words to Scotty Doesn't Know? And would you like to hear that?
Scotty doesn't know.
With Sora too, you can.
That was not an ad for Sora.
Oh no. The Butch's Girlfriend Award for weak link of the film. I'm gonna go last because I'm coming in
Okay.
hot. What do you got, Kyle?
All right. I just have no fucking idea how that black box works. I don't understand. I don't know what it means. I don't understand the technology. It's like it's a magic box. It's one of these items like the Tesseract or the Sankara stones, or just like it just go with it. It can hack anything in the world. I don't understand the technology or any of that shit, and everybody wants it, but I don't get it.
I had it in Pick and Knits.
Yeah.
It's basically an encryption breaking chip, but it's magical. Is
Yeah.
how you have to think
It
about it.
mathematically
But this definitely does not exist.
decode.
How does it connect?
Well, we don't know about it if it does exist. Would we know about it?
That's the most
It's
I
important.
don't
like
think
part.
there'd be a chip that could solve everything. Seems unrealistic
Yeah.
to me. In 1992, I was like, okay, maybe.
Uh-huh. I didn't get it. I still don't get it.
All right. I'm coming in way hotter than that.
I think mine might be the same as yours.
Bill,
it
crow hop
is-
in here.
It
Let's
is
go.
Ben Kingsley, but I love him in this movie. But it's not Ben Kingsley, who's in
What
a
is it?
different movie altogether.
What is
So
it?
I had Ben Kingsley as the weak link.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also have him getting 3 other categories. The Judd Nelson and New Jack City Award for actor who's in a completely different
Doing his own
movie.
thing.
He is.
The Ruffalo Hand and Rubik Partridge Overacting Award.
Yes.
And then a new award, Kyle, just for you.
Yeah. What do you
The
got?
Steven Seagal Award for We Should Have Gotten You a Running Double. Can we talk about his running?
Oh, is this what you taped for us?
Yeah, I taped this for you guys.
He's the anti-Red, because Redford's a great movie runner.
This
He's
is
the
awesome.
anti-Redford.
Can you see?
The run is tough. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a double run. He runs.
It's a trot.
He does, but then he does it again. Then he runs over the next thing. It's like he couldn't figure out how to run in loafers or something. What is he doing? How did they
That's
not do a
awesome.
second cut? He's
That's
like kind of
great. He's
prancing, like
he's
he's on
trotting.
like it's almost like watching somebody run on ice when they have sneakers, like after you win the Stanley Cup.
Well, we don't
and
know what
somebody's
the
running.
we don't know what the
He's
mafia
just, like,
did to him in
prancing
prison.
around.
We don't know what the mafia did to him in prison.
He's the
That's true.
least cool bad guy. He's not scary. He's
That's
like
not true at all because he just ran past a tank full of little sharks.
I knew Joanna would hate this.
No, I don't hate
Yeah.
it. I agree with you. Ben Kingsley is like
his hair, like the weird.
It's just like Seagal. He's got the ponytail. It's the same year. It's the same run. Actually, Bill, after you showed that video, they're not taking his sir away. It's gone.
It's
he's
over.
been de-sirred
You
for
never
that
should
jog.
get sir when you're running like that.
I think that
Either run fast or walk fast, but you can't like do a jog.
He runs
prance.
in there, Bill, and he goes, why is it so hot in here? Hey, better question. What the fuck was that last 10 yards, Cosmo?
When all the actors were interviewed about this movie, they know exactly what this movie is, which is like lighthearted entertainment movie, right? It's a fun caper movie.
Right.
And, Aykroyd's like, my character is a conspiracy theorist. Phoenix is like, my character is the young guy who wants to be like the other guys. He worships them. And then Ben Kingsley's like, my character has no soul, no emotional core. Marty is his emotional wife. Like he's talking about like he's in Shakespeare. Like he's on a different project altogether. And he's playing to the rafters.
He's not doing the movies Kyle and I love. And we even did like a 1 to 10 scale of bad guys in movies. Like Jeremy Irons and Die Hard with a Vengeance is a good example. Like
it's the Hans Gruber sketch.
I'm the villain, but I'm having fun with this. There's going to be some unintentional comedy for you. I'm really going to chew up the scenery. I don't know what Ben Kingsley's doing in this movie necessarily.
When he says, Marty on the roof, that's not him having fun and chewing up the scenery. You don't think when he says,
Joanna, what's going on with the moment? What's the subtext when he goes, don't go? Like, is he in love with him?
Yeah.
I'm honestly asking that. Are they like,
he is.
Honestly, this made me, I had a whole crisis of Ben Kingsley.
Oh, you're like, is Ben Kingsley good?
I started thinking through other Ben Kingsley's parts, and I'm like, he's really bad in Species, but I kind of enjoy how bad he is because I don't think he wants to be in the movie.
Yeah.
In Searching for Bobby Fischer, he's kind of a psychopath.
Okay. This take is too hot for.
Keep cooking, Bill. Keep cooking because you're right.
Come on, baby.
Craig's like, I want a social clip out of this.
But
is Ben Kingsley bad, actually?
Are we sure Ben Kingsley is good?
Are we sure he could have gotten third? But I'm with
Gandhi,
Kyle because
Schindler's List.
But you missed The Sopranos. He's so fucking good in the Sopranos episode with Christopher that I think he is good. I just think he feels like he has to do something different in each movie, and sometimes the choice doesn't work.
He's trying really hard in this movie, and everyone else is just having a lot of fun.
Your feelings seem hurt. What do you got?
Oh, no, my feelings are soaring. I think it's absolutely hilarious that Bill thinks the weak link of this movie is the 10-second period in which Ben Kingsley runs. And I think it's funny. And I get it. Because he's doing the power stride with the remote, and that's fine. But there's such a chasm between running and walking. He walks fine. The run is instantly terrible. It's hard to run.
What about the different accents? He never picks an accent. And why does Cosmo have to have an accent?
I don't know.
No reason. He could have.
He's going to Union College. Accent. What is he?
And also, I've heard Ben Kingsley do an American accent. He can do it okay. I don't know what choices he's making in this movie, but it's very strange.
He's like, we're going to take over the world, Marty. And then he's like, will you step away from the ladder? And they're like, holy shit, which one is that, Cosmo?
It's a disaster.
Yeah, it's like almost trying like a Bronx accent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had for recasting couch for this, William Hurt.
Well, what's funny is that Ben Kingsley is like over 10 years younger than Robert Redford. So it is weird to have them as like old buddies.
Almost trying to look older.
Yeah. Like more gray in his hair and stuff like that.
John Voight doing his Coach Bud Kilmer, like evil guy move.
You don't think that, like, isn't Voight in a completely different movie in Varsity Blues? Like, Voight would bring the same energy.
Hope you had fun. Y'all have a good time.
It would be the same energy. It would be unhinged energy. I would happily take it.
William Hurt? No?
I think William Hurt is too normal for what you need in Cosmo. You need a guy who went to prison and like lost his marbles.
How about all right? How about you want someone who lost his marbles? How about Willem Dafoe?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Willem Dafoe. That's a really good one.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I mean it's
instead of him doing Speed 2, I guess that was a little bit later. Anyway, I can't wait for the social clip where we show Ben Kingsley running multiple times.
Can we put
I'm going to retweet it, then I'm going to take the retweet logo off and unretweet it, and then retweet it again. So I can just keep powering the retweets.
That's a pro move, yeah.
Hit it again. I love it.
What's age the worst? You mentioned Redford. He was 56 when he made this movie. He's just too old to be in this movie, but I'm fine with it. I'm not arguing, but if he's in the late 60s, and this movie's in 1992, that's 23 years. So even if he's like a grad school student in Union, you're still in your mid-40s when you're in this movie and he's 56.
Something that the screenwriters talked about is that, again, they worked on this from right after War Games to when it came out. So for 10 years.
Yeah.
And they said every time they came back to the screenplay, they just changed Marty's age to their age. Marty was always their age.
Yeah.
But they were only like 42 when they made the movie. So like I think Redford's trying to go for early 40s in this, failing, but trying.
There's a story though, Kyle.
Yeah.
From our guy Robinson, the director. He was at Kevin Costner's Oscar party the night he won with Dances with Wolves. A CIA agent came up to him. They're making sneakers at this point, and he's trying to get Bob into the movie. And he's like, Bob who? He said, Redford. For what movie? Sneakers. For what role? The lead. And he said, no. The character's my age. It's a lot younger. And then he said, all right, just send it to him. I don't want to insult him. He's one of my idols.
Okay.
And then he read it. And when Robert Redford wants to do your movie and you're Phil Autumn Robinson,
you say yes.
You say yes.
And everyone follows Robert Redford. Like that's how they get everyone in.
That's why there's
movie.
no casting what ifs for this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everyone's like, Redford's in?
I'm in.
How many actors are like
later
that?
In unanswerable questions. I don't want to insult you, Joanna, because I know you love this movie and love Robert. So do I.
I already insulted her with the Ben Kingsley stuff. Don't worry.
Uninsulted. I'm living my best life. I'm doing sneakers rewatchables. I couldn't be happier.
True. All right. Is this a better movie with Kevin Costner in the lead? Just hear me out. I think he's slightly funnier than Robert Redford. He can be just as charming. He's a little younger, and if you put Willem Dafoe as Cosmo, you get the band back together with Mary McDonnell and James Earl. It might be a better movie.
I wouldn't hate it because I do love this era of Costner a lot.
Costner would have been great.
But I love that Robert Redford did this movie.
I think it's an important Redford catalog movie. He needs it. But you're right. Costner is really good in this movie if he's in it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
More would say the worst. So, listen, I love Scrabble. Huge Simmons family game. But I wonder, like, if this movie was made now, would it be like they're playing Block Blast or Roblox? Does anyone play Scrabble in 2025?
People play Scrabble.
When was the last time Scrabble happened?
I play Scrabble with my nephews. People play Scrabble.
Younger people are playing Scrabble still?
Yeah.
Craig?
It's like a board game.
When was the last time you broke out a Scrabble board?
Look, I haven't played Scrabble in a while, but that doesn't mean it's too old. Also, like Redford's 56 in this movie. They're playing, what would you be playing now?
I'm thinking about, for a What's Age the Worst, seeing Scrabble pieces, which I think really meant something in 1992, because Scrabble and Monopoly were like the big two.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's still a kind of a nostalgic love for Scrabble in 25.
The seduction scene in the math guy's office is too silly.
I leave message on service, but you do not call.
It becomes an SNL sketch for 2 minutes.
Let's do what we did in Mexico City, baby.
I didn't know you could do that in Mexico City.
Anything else, Kyle, for What's Age the Worst?
No, we've covered all mine.
Okay. Well,
I have one.
Go.
I think most of David Strathairn's Whistler is good. It could be dicey in the early 90s, but I think the dancing. I might do another take on the dancing, which is a little too Stevie Wonder for my taste.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle, you have a flex category.
Okay. I was going to go rock band Cootie's Rat Seaman, who would totally be on the Vans Warped Tour, but instead I'm going to go the Mallory Rubin Did This Movie Need a Better Sex Scene? And you think that I'm going to say that it's Bish and Liz. It's not. It's Carl and Mary at the fucking end of the movie. I have always loved Mary with the Uzi. I always thought she was a total babe. Her name's Amy Benedict. She's worked consistently for 30 years.
She was the babysitter on 30-something who I think had an affair with somebody,
Perfect.
Right? Yeah.
I feel like Carl deserved like some love at the end of the movie. And Bill, I'm sorry, Joanne, I'm going to defile this podcast, but Bill, I'd like to officially induct Carl into the Rudy Rudiger Horny Hall of Fame characters. Carl is in, Loudon Swain from Vision Quest is in, and Bill, you nominated both Wyatt and Gary from Weird Science.
Yes.
They're in, and Carl is in on the strength of getting the phone number. Yes. Who else?
Joel Goodson has to be in.
Joel Goodson, without a doubt, in the suburbs of Chicago. He's a first ballot guy, and so is Carl.
Okay, do you think if it's 1992, we have the same terrible poster, the same terrible title, but the tagline is, there's a River Phoenix sex scene in this, do you think this movie does better?
Yes, as long as it's
the
married.
end, there's a River Phoenix sex scene.
Yeah,
I think
and
everything goes better if they push
River
him.
gets some.
Yeah, if they push River Phoenix, everything's good. The CR thinks Luke Wilson could have been Harrison Ford hottest take award. What do you have, Joanna?
Okay, here's my tepid take is, this is Redford's best film of the 90s, and I don't think it's particularly close. My hotter take is I think this is Redford's last great movie, if barring his Marvel
Directorial?
movies. Yeah, directorial doesn't count. Barring his Marvel movies,
Well, I
which is
think
a different thing
for
altogether.
acting, I would agree.
Yeah, this is the last great
People
movie.
would put Quiz Show as but he directed it.
But he directed it. I'm not talking
Love
about Chris Show is unimpeachable, but like there's a couple late Redford stuff that people stump for, but I think this is it. This is his last great movie.
What do you have, Kyle?
Mine's got some heat on it.
Oh boy.
I'm ready.
Marty Bishop doing the slow walk across Cosmo's office and back is more impressive to me than anything Ethan Hunt ever did in a Mission Impossible movie. Let me lay it down for you.
Wow.
I'm with you. I had
Let's
is
fucking
this
go,
better
Joanna.
than Mission Impossible? And I think
This is a 56-year-old man who has been knocked unconscious 3 times in the last couple of days. He is doing this in a room that is 98.6 degrees, and the shotguns are coming for him if he goes 3 inches per second instead of 2. Ethan Hunt learned to hold his breath for a long time, la-di-da-di-da. Everything he did is physical and can be trained with some balls over enough time. Bish, poise, focus. When I was a kid and I watched this movie, I used to try to walk across my room holding like a Slaughtered CD and trying to do this. And after like 20 seconds, I just get bored with it and stop. It's fucking impossible. I think it's incredible that he pulled it off.
Kyle is so generous that at the start of this podcast, you're like, Joanna, you might be a better sneakers fan than I am when you used to sort of like practice Bish's slow walk across Cosmo's office.
This is why the 3 of us are here. If either of you had been left out, it would have, I don't know if it would have been reparable.
That's an incredible anecdote. I love to know that.
Kyle should have gone last.
No, go on. What do you got? Beat the 3 here.
Mine isn't, it's not incredibly hot. It's not as good as what you just did, but I think in 2025, right now, when you think of all the people that are alive in the world and how many people like under 40 there are, I think this might be his most popular movie.
Okay. Go on.
Redford's most popular movie?
Yeah. Because like The Sting, Butch Cassidy, I just don't think people under 40 are ever watching those. Or unless like we're bullying them.
Called Captain America Winter Soldier, and then he made a movie called Avengers Endgame.
But that's not his movie. Winter Soldier doesn't count as a Redford movie.
I have a suggestion. There's one movie. Go ahead. Go ahead, Joanna. Go ahead.
Well, if you're like, what do young people know him from? They know
That's
him from
a different
Captain America
question.
Winter Soldier.
I'm saying most popular movie that he was the front of. I would have said The Natural forever, but I don't even know if The Natural has aged the same way.
No.
When like in the 90s, you would have said The Natural, no question.
Butch Cassidy, honestly, just like in terms of where it stands.
I don't know how many people are watching Butch Cassidy anymore, though. That's what worries me. I would have said All the President's Men is the other one.
I know what you're saying. That like I always say, like if I showed it to my son, could he make it through the movie? There's one movie that relies on infamy, and it's Indecent Proposal, and the whole thing about $1 million to be with Demi Moore for the night. That is a concept.
Like a relevancy? Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Even that gimmick, if you remade it, it would be interesting. Just the fact that you could do that and you make it $100 million for a night, like that one maybe. But I see what you're saying with the sneakers.
I think the answer might be All the President's Men, though. It's either
that's true because that just comes up every like couple
relevancy.
Months in the current political landscape that we live in.
Still the best journalism movie ever.
Let's put it back on. Yeah.
Casting What Ifs, we don't have any.
Mary Steenburgen as Liz.
I saw that. I disregarded it.
Okay.
It said she was considered.
Steenburgen was
when
everywhere.
I say considered,
I saw it. I didn't care.
It's like saying Van Lathan was considered for the Sneakers podcast.
Yeah.
What does considered mean? Somebody mentioned once. Okay. Best that guy. Timothy Busfield not eligible.
No.
You know who is eligible? Our guy Stephen Tobolowsky.
All time that guy, I think.
I sat next to Stephen Tobolowsky at a wedding once, and we shared an Uber back to the hotel.
How was he?
Is that where it ended?
That's where it ended.
That sounded like a romantic night.
That's where the evening ended.
I was married to Stephen Tobolowsky.
Wow, Joanna, was he like, Joanna, would you like to have breakfast with me? Should I phone you or nudge you?
You know what is the best nutrition? The bottom of a monkey cage.
I read that somewhere.
Yeah. Werner Brandes.
He's great. Phil?
Yeah.
Phil Connors?
Here's my question. Is there a better 3-year that guy run?
Go on.
Pantoliano accepted?
Yeah.
Then Thelma and Louise, Basic Instinct, Single White Female, Sneakers, and Groundhog Day, all in 3 years.
It's a great run.
It's in 3 years.
Tobolowsky has an awesome one-scene part in Spaceballs as well.
Oh, yeah,
where they capture the stunt doubles. He's so good. He has a podcast now. He talks about all this stuff. It's
Tobolowsky
great.
Files.
He's loved this movie. I think if you're ranking, if we did Tobolowsky rankings, Groundhog Day's got to still be number one. Phil?
Can I tell you?
Needle nose Ned,
So-
Ned the head. Yes, the best.
My friend's wedding, who I sat next to, that friend is like the first person I ever podcasted with, David Chen. And the first time I ever talked to him on the phone, he called me and he's like, oh, wait, hold on. I have someone on the other line. And he's like, oh, I'm going to patch them through. And it was Stephen Tobolowsky. And basically he had Stephen, I've never called him on this, but I'm pretty sure he got Stephen Tobolowsky on the line to like impress me so that I would do a podcast with him.
Wow.
It was really, really
I
funny.
bet it worked.
It did work. Yeah. And then we wound up at his wedding.
Phil?
Got the shingles real bad senior year. Yeah.
Phil
Dated my sister,
Connors?
told me not to.
Is he first ballot Hall of Fame for that guy? He's got to be, right?
100%. I also think he doesn't, his name is hard to remember, which I think factors into that guy rankings. If he had a really cool, memorable name that was easy
You
to
don't
kind
think
of recall.
Tobolowsky's a cool
No, I
name?
think it
I
gets
got to say,
jumbled
I
up.
forgot his name again.
Of course.
And we've done, this is 1, 2, 3 rewatchables
If his name
with
was
him.
like Mac Jones, you would never forget
Right.
that. But Stephen
I think you
Tobolowsky.
should rename this the Stephen Tobolowsky Best That Guy Award.
Well, it's already named after Joe Pantoliano.
But I
Joe
think you
Pants is a goat.
should put Tobo on there. Donald Logue is also in this movie.
He's telling me to fuck. Everybody's telling me to go fuck myself. Nobody beats Joey Pants.
Okay, fine. I also do think that Eddie Jones, who's also in A League of Their Own, and The Grifters and Rocketeer.
He's a good, so that's a really good that guy because I didn't even know what that guy's name was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deion Waiters, James Earl Jones. Can we just move on?
But I would but
Yeah.
also Amy Benedict is Mary. I think that's like a good.
Shout out to Mary. I love Amy
Mary.
Benedict.
We love Mary.
She does hit a couple
James
threes.
Earl was like stone cold at WrestleMania, just kicking ass and clearing the ring.
Also, fun fact, she gives him a 415 number, which is a real Bay Area code. And for a while, that you could call that number and you got a...
Yeah, they owned it, right?
Yeah, you got a little like message of like,
I
go
think
see
movies should do
Sneakers.
that more, Craig.
Awesome.
I agree. I
When
love
Kyle and I do our action movie, we're going to do a real phone number.
I love a phone number Easter
Yeah,
egg.
We'll
we
just
can
buy
pay
the
for the
phone
real
number and then
Yeah.
it'll be like an actual people could call it. Recasting couch, we already did it. Unless there's another recasting.
No, I'm good.
All right. Craig, you have a flex category.
Come on, Craig.
I'm going positive, which might surprise you. I'm doing Den of Thieves, scene stealing location. I think San Francisco, the area,
Hell yeah.
is the best movie location.
Hell
Straight
yeah.
up.
Mm.
I think it's
Talk
the most
about it.
diverse. You have water, you have skyscrapers, the streets, the hills,
Bridges.
the bridges. I feel like you can kind of do
Chinatown.
anything. And I think the first hour of this movie is a little slow, and I honestly think it picks up the second they go outside. And you start to see the bridge and you kind of realize you're in San Francisco. It super picks up. You know, Vertigo, Mrs. Doubtfire, Big Trouble in Little China. There's so many great San Francisco movies that I think it's you can do the most with San Francisco compared to like New York, Chicago, or LA.
That's a good take.
You know,
I really agree as someone from the Bay
I'm
Area.
from the
Thank
Bay
you,
too,
thank
but
you so
yeah.
much. But
sucking
like,
up to Joanna.
no, but also I think
The
that
Rock, another good.
this is
San
such a
Francisco movie.
good Bay Area, like as I said, Bay Area movie. They didn't film the tunnel scene where they kill the Russian guy, Greg, was not filmed in the Rainbow Tunnel, but it might as well be. Like you feel like you're in the Bay Area when there's enough external shots. You get a cable car, you get all the things that you
I
need.
just think you
get
can do the
like-
most with it.
Yeah, it's a great take.
You know, it bums me out because San Francisco versus Boston, there's been a little rivalry about what's a cooler city to go visit, live in, all that. You know, very similar. They're bookends to each other. And San Francisco's always translated way better in movies. And I got to hand it to it.
There's more distinct landmarks.
Even like random movies like So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basic Instinct, like
Mhm.
movies that you, especially when we do like the drive, whether you can see the water and we got like the weird cliffs and
they
stuff.
go up to wine country at some point. The car, Mike Myers drives that same orange car, and So I Married an Axe Murderer. I feel like it was
Oh,
just like a
wow.
San Francisco car they had around.
Hey, did you also hear Robert Redford wears the same leather jacket in two
The
movies
same
too? I heard
exact one? Identical?
I'm with you on San Francisco. Good one, Craig. Half
Craig,
past earned research. So they pranked Robinson. They had a visit from the Office of Naval Intelligence, who was trying to get him to change the script because it was divulging too much stuff, and it turned out it was a prank. And he was like freaked out about it and got a lawyer. And then it was probably
Jesus.
like Redford because it was pranked. Redford loved pranks. He was a big prankster.
Yeah, like Clooney,
apparently.
same thing.
The character, there's a lot of stuff about the characters based on people who were famous.
Yeah, Captain Crunch.
Yeah, you can Google that if you want, but there's
Well, here's what I'll say about the phone freakers, the inspirations for all these guys.
the character names, all that stuff.
Something to contextualize it is that like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak were phone freakers. Like they started by selling these like blue boxes, which you could use. There's like a shot at Ma Bell in this movie, right? You gotta take money from Ma Bell, right? Like, so they founded, like the Apple fortune starts with these two guys illegally defrauding the phone company. And that's like a Silicon Valley dream origin story. And that's the kind of guys that this is dealing with.
I never knew about that Captain Crunch whistle thing as like you could hack into phone calls and stuff.
I didn't either. I just is that like one of those things like Paul from Wonder Years is Marilyn Manson? I don't know. I'm not sure
very strange.
That.
I mean, that's real. Yeah.
So the professor they used to help them with like the consulting, Professor Len Adelman, one of the 3 mathematicians who invented the RSA crypto system.
The A in RSA.
Much later.
Yeah.
They had kind of a dream team of people helping them out with this.
So he wrote all the Yannick lecture notes.
Yeah.
And what he says there, which is like actual real math, I guess. But did you see the fact that the reason they got Len Alderman to do this is he wanted his wife to be able to meet Robert Redford? And it reminded me of, I don't remember if you guys said this on the Tin Cup Rewatchables, but it reminds me of the story of like how they got all the actual golf guys in Tin Cup, is that they just trotted Costner and Don Johnson around to all of their wives.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So this is what like they were like, your wife can meet Robert Redford if you do this favor for us. It's great. It's a great trick to have.
We'll take one more break and then we'll do Apex Mountain. Apex Mountain, Redford, obviously not.
No.
It's probably not for River Phoenix, but what is River Phoenix's Apex Mountain?
Stand By Me, or My Own Private Idaho, or
Idaho.
Running on
I'd
Empty.
say Idaho. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sidney Poitier. No way. 1967.
Great in the movie, though.
Absolutely killing it. It was actually one of the best Apex Mountain years anyone ever had, 67.
Yeah?
Won the Oscar. He had like 2 of the biggest movies. Like he was just...
Killing it.
Yeah, crushing it. Aykroyd, no. Weird Ben Kingsley performances.
That's Species.
I still think Species, right?
Species.
He's fucking nuts in Species.
But that movie is...
He tries to lock Madsen and Mark Helgeberger in the glass case. Keep them in there, murder them.
This movie's about guys who sneak around into banks. That movie's about a woman's tongue goes through the back of somebody's head. Like, it's got to be that.
I saw that on HBO way too young, and it changed me forever.
It's one of the classics. Walking 1 inch per hour to evade security sensors.
Sure.
This has to be it,
Impossible.
right?
Sure.
And yes.
Scrabble tiles?
Yes.
The name Cosmo in a piece of pop culture, I'm going to still say Seinfeld.
Got to be Seinfeld.
Although there was a Cosmo renaissance here in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Geese sounding like a cocktail party.
They stole that from it. That's in a different movie as well. They took that from a different movie.
Okay.
But I love it. I did not write it down.
Jeez.
Mary McDonnell characters.
Half-ass internet research for you. But would you watch it? Would you do a double feature of Geese sounding like cocktail party?
Yeah, I need to be
movies?
covered on all things sleeper. So yes, absolutely.
I'll text it to you later.
All right, please.
Mary McDonnell characters being seduced by old flames. Probably this over Blue Chips.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mary McDonnell now. It's Dances with Wolves. How about Braille Playboy? Seen Braille Playboy?
Braille Playboy. Awesome.
In a movie before? That's
how we were back then, Bill. I would have looked at a Braille Playboy just to get my hands on. I don't even know what it means. There's no pictures. Whoa, this is great. This feels like one.
And then helium voice jokes. The answer is no, but this movie reminded me how much helium voice humor is just going to get me every time.
It's key to the 90s.
What is it about helium voices?
It's like the whoopee cushion of performance art.
Really
it's just the stupidest, dumbest gag, but it's always funny.
Craig, it still plays in 2025,
100%.
Right?
I've done it many times.
That's eternal.
It's fun to do.
It's
transcends generations.
I don't know. How bad is it for you?
I think it's horrible.
Like, is it terrible or is it okay?
I think that's why Kanye went crazy.
Craig, how often are you doing it?
It's
just it's a mini whippet. I don't know. I probably did it 5 times in my life. But
I think it'll be okay.
This is what happened to Kanye.
He did too many helium balloons.
Too many helium hits.
Cruise or Hanks?
This is Hanks.
It's a perfect Hanks role, although I think it'd be funny if Cruise was in it and had to do the slow walk because he's known for running.
Right.
I think it would be, Cosmo would have to re-engineer his office that if you walk slower than 20 miles an hour, you're dead. So that's the only way Cruise does it.
It's clearly Hanks.
Yeah.
In 92, I
92.
think actually Hanks could have done it.
Mhm.
Could have played older. But can I just throw out older Cruise, maybe 2005 range Cruise as Cosmo?
As Cosmo.
As Cosmo.
No.
Does he have the Magnolia ponytail?
He's got a weird hairdo.
Yeah.
He's got Vanilla Sky kind of energy.
Okay, Vanilla Sky energy plus Magnolia.
His running is way better than
TJ Maxey
Kingsley.
hair.
No accent. Yeah, he's got TJ Maxey hair.
Yeah.
He's way more angry about getting ditched during the pizza
Mhm.
and a little
He's
almost
spitting.
like
Dorothy,
collateral.
it's about the information. I don't know if I could take it.
Okay.
Tame the box.
All right, we'll go with Hanks. Scorsese or Spielberg? Clearly Spielberg.
Spielberg.
This is very Spielberg-y.
Yeah.
I think if it's Scorsese, you got De Niro as Bish, and you got Pesci as Cosmo, and it's just a whole different movie. It's like, I fucking told you, pepperoni pizza, you hippie fuck.
Right.
And it's just
And they're definitely doing cocaine in Union College.
the Rolling Stones and all that shit.
What role would Philip Seymour Hoffman have played? Clearly Aykroyd's part.
No,
Unless you
in
wanna go
92,
Cosmo.
River Phoenix's role.
Well, but you can have Hoffman at any
I know,
point.
but remember
Yeah.
in like early Hoffman when he was doing like in Twister, like he's doing kind of these like doofy, like
Yeah, you're right.
young
Joanna's
guy
right.
role.
Yeah, she's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dusty from Twister.
Picking nits that we haven't done.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Given that River Phoenix gets to the office through the vents in the ceiling, did
Yeah.
they need the Warner Brandis voice passport at all?
Oh,
Like maybe
boy.
Bish could have just done what Carl did.
I mean, he's 56, so I don't know if he could have, but he could have. Someone could have on the team
That's
crawled
a
through
good
the
question.
vents.
Okay.
I have a picking nit off that picking nit.
Okay.
What do you got?
Only in movies are these ceiling vents this easy to just crawl around
know.
in. In real life, this would be the seventh circle of hell. There would be rodent poop and just all
Yeah.
kinds of awful stuff. It would be pitch black. There'd be just nothing good about being in a ceiling. And in movies, they make it just seem like you can move around like it's like a fun maze.
In Mission Impossible 1, a rat shows up in the
Yeah.
ceiling vent that he's in.
Yeah.
But I also think the entry points, I don't know about you guys, anytime I'm in an elevator or like a public bathroom, I always look at the vents to see if I needed to crawl out if I could. They're like 8 inches by 8 inches. They're tiny.
What
I
was
always
that?
do that.
Every
I do it all the
elevator,
time.
You do vent
Yeah.
checks?
you
I
check
do.
your escape routes.
Could I McLean this thing if I had to? Yeah.
I'm gonna start
it's like
doing
one of those
that.
things.
I love that.
At least you're
Okay.
not doing it
Absolutely.
hoping the sound of the lamb's cop isn't bleeding to death over the elevator.
What's Apex Mountain for ceiling vent climbing? And is it the scene in Jurassic Park when Lex falls to the ceiling and it's clearly
Yeah.
her stunt double and she looks up and they've like CGI replaced her face with the little girl's face?
Mhm.
But she's got the
Mm.
guns of the mad
ceiling
guns
vent
of
falls all time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just think ceiling vent, I think just come out to the coast.
Yeah,
and get
have a few
together, have a few
laughs.
laughs.
Great
I mean,
point.
I think it's got to be that.
McLean.
Oh, John.
Yeah, I
John's
think that's
got it. Fair.
Marty never tried to find Cosmo ever. Never tried to make sure
Mm-mm.
he was dead. Just never.
It's in Canada.
Just gave it up. Oh, he must be dead in prison. Okay.
If
That's
you
it.
heard somebody died in prison, would your like first thought be maybe he didn't?
Was he friends with Cosmo's parents? Did he check in? Did he?
No, he's underground. He's on the run.
Cosmo's accent we discussed.
Tough.
Disaster.
Why did
Disease.
Cosmo? Why did he want the black box this badly?
Because the government can't have it. If the government has it, then he can't do what he wants to do, which is steal everyone's money? Question mark. What's his plan?
But that's my
Yeah.
thing. That's where I'm getting.
What's his plan?
What's his plan? Just
I
to
don't know.
disrupt? Or did he want to be rich? Because then he says, I don't want anyone to be rich.
I
You
think he
can't
just
s-
wants to take the money and distribute it evenly among everybody, which is insane. It doesn't make sense.
But so
Well-
he cares about all people, but is also threatening people and shooting them and telling people to be murdered.
You can't say I want a, socialist communist utopia and have mini sharks in a tank in your office.
Yeah.
You can't wear loafers that are
I
too
don't
expensive
understand the
to run
character
in.
at all. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
evil, but he's not evil, but
Yeah.
he's thinking about everybody else, but then he's murdering his best friend. What's going on with Cosmo?
Well, what he should do is spend the money on a treadmill and a trainer so he can learn how to run.
Right.
So, but that's
or like or loafers that have better grip.
Yeah.
Let's get him some New Balance.
You need to scuff up the bottoms of those loafers.
My last pick in it is Redford and Mary McDonnell have the exact same haircut, and it's disorienting if you really study it.
It's very feathered.
It's the exact same.
It's very feathered.
In fact, they could have switched hair during the movie, and you wouldn't have even noticed.
This is 2 years after Demi Moore's haircut in Ghost, and it was showing up everywhere. It was a very, very hot haircut.
It's very flowy.
We've seen it. It was in vogue. I'm not surprised that it shows up in this movie. It's really, really annoying to me that after they pulled off the heist of the century, that Mary McDonnell does the Deshaun Jackson at the 1 yard line and does her stupid line about the computer dating and blows the whole fucking thing. It drives me nuts that she even says that and that he figures it out immediately. She blows it completely.
Yeah, just you already won. Yeah, it is like the holding the ball at the half-inch line. Yeah,
He's a DeMarcado on the Cardinals, just did it against the Titans. It's very hot right now.
I don't know because...
Just keep your mouth shut and get out of the office.
Thank you.
But she's playing this whole role the whole time, which is like the only way she gets out of this is to act so annoyed and discredit Tobolowsky's character, right? She's like, Werner. Like, she's pulling this whole attitude. So it's like part of her whole character
that was the walk-off, Joanna. Werner was her walk-off line. Get in the end zone. Yeah, the other thing I have is wildly different. It really bothers me in the last scene than when Sidney Poitier, he's a... You will buy us 2 first-class tickets all over Europe and Tahiti. He doesn't mention anything about hotel or accommodations. Where are they going to stay in those places? That's very expensive. If he goes to Tahiti, it's all about the over-the-water bungalows. All he says is airfare, and that's always bothered me. What about the hotel?
All expense paid. That's what he needs to say.
He needs to say that.
All
expense
he doesn't, paid. Yeah.
Like a week later, James Earl Jones's sidekick is calling him, hey, just following up on the trip.
Good question. How does that happen?
Yeah.
Also, they're whatever. They're hackers with a moral code, I guess. But I learned in war games that you could just hack your way into a flight anywhere, and it's not a problem. So,
any other nitpicks, or can I move on?
I'm good. Okay.
Sequel, prequel, prestige TV, all black cast, or untouchable. I rarely do the sequel answer for this.
We could get more.
Not against it. Stinkers 2, 2027.
But Redford's gone, and Poitier's gone, and Phoenix is gone.
Somebody's kid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Heat. They just make him younger actors now. We'll rock.
Do we get Ben Kingsley back though? Sir Ben Kingsley?
Maybe he finally can figure out to exit. Yeah, Stinkers 2.
I mean,
I wouldn't.
Would you? Here's the thing. Sneakers 2 is out. They've made a trailer for it. You're not clicking on the Sneakers 2 trailer to see what's going on?
How do you feel about Heat 2?
Not ready to answer
Good
that
question.
Okay.
Oh, Bill.
That's how I feel. What about a Kreese prequel? How Kreese got kicked out of the CIA?
That's all great. Yes.
The
answers to this are all right, except if they made Sneakers 2, they're so bad at making titles, they'd call it like Sneakers 2 Sneakier.
Still
and you'd be like,
sneaking.
oh, fuck off with
Sneaky.
that.
Still
sneakier.
sneaking.
Or sneakier. Yeah, you're right. That's what it would be called. Is this movie better with Wayne Jenkins, Danny Trejo, Mad Dog Russo, Doris Burke, Buffalo Bill, Sam Jackson, Nell, Byron Mayo, Tony Romo, Chris Collinsworth, Daniel Plainview, Longlegs, or Wilford Brimley in The Firm? Kyle, I know you have something cooking.
Bet your ass I do, Bill. And I go, none of the above. But if we go to that surveillance truck outside of the fortress at the end and I see all those monitors, I know for a fact that Scott Hansen is standing in there just watching the action. We go to Playtronics, the future of toys. Let's start on Cosmo Cam. Preposterous ponytail, nonsensical rhetoric. Give me the Carl Cam. Carl started his own private inferno at 98.6 degrees, but let's go to the Bish Cam. Next gen stats, 1 inch per second. Let's go to Roof Cam, guys. Can we go to the Roof Cam? Yes. The Roof Cam, where answering machines become boxes and boxes become answering machines. Wow. That's it.
Oh, my God.
That was
now,
extraordinary.
The best part of this is, does Joanna know what that was?
Great question.
No, but I loved it. Also, you got increasingly flushed as you went.
Oh, yeah.
And
well,
I
Kyle's
was just like...
former actor.
I know.
Scott does it for 7 hours. I did it for 30 seconds.
That
It's
was
amazing.
incredible.
So that was Scott Hansen from the Red Zone on Sundays with NFL.
Thanks for
There's
explaining
8
it.
games at once, and Scott like maniacally takes you from game to game. Let's go to Arizona. So that was that.
It's
Thanks,
so
that
thanks
was.
for that, Bill.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
it.
like to explain NFL and Sopranos to you.
I like when
Yeah.
you make me feel included. It means a lot.
So, speaking of Kyle's acting, I just want to
Yeah.
get this out. I don't know why you weren't in Chad Powers. You're right there. You work for the NFL, technically.
I
You
work with
played
Omaha,
football. You acted. It's a college football show where the actors can be
Yeah.
older because they're at like
Yeah.
a Division
Yeah.
II thing. I don't know why you weren't the running back. I don't know why you weren't the wide receiver coach. Just as your friend, on your behalf, I was insulted.
Bill, thank
You're
you.
right there.
Thank you. Do we have the TikTok cam going on this? Send this to Eli and Peyton, who have been very nice to me. I would have been ready to do it. I don't know.
You're right there. How many actors / former football players / in the NFL universe are there at this point?
Season 2.
And you know who else was right there? Craig. Longtime football
in here,
fan,
Craig.
moved out here in LA to act.
Chad Powers
No,
season 2. Should we call Michael Waldron, get you in Chad Powers season 2?
I would love that, but you know,
Okay.
the Glenn Powell project I want to be in more is the Running Man, so I can play
Yeah.
Dynamo and sing opera.
Yeah,
I'm into
yeah,
that.
You know,
Thank you, though, Bill.
as I was appalled that they were remaking The Running Man, obviously, even though I love Glenn Powell, saw
Yeah.
the trailer
You're in.
in the movie theater.
You're
All
in.
in.
You're in.
Yeah,
All
it's like
in.
the book.
Let's go.
They reinvented
I'm in.
it. It's different than
Let's
the movie.
go.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
We're okay with this, right?
Hell yes, we are.
Okay.
I'm in.
Just one Oscar. Who gets it? It's got to be the score, right?
James Horner.
The
Oh,
score for one
yeah.
Oscar.
I thought I was going to give it to Mary McDonnell for doing multiple scenes pretending she's not attracted to our guy Redford, but that's tough lifting. But yeah. Horner, amazing.
Probably unanswerable questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, as it turns out, over the next 33 years, the NSA figured out how to spy on us anyway, Joanna. Does that ruin the movie? These guys saved us from the NSA. Oh, no, they didn't. They're probably listening right now. They have cameras on us.
They're definitely listening right now.
Yeah.
And that's who you hear breathing on the other end of your phone line, right?
So, Sneakers won, but they didn't really win because they lost.
That's right.
We
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
lost.
Because we're all being surveilled at all
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Probably unanswerable questions. Is this officially a San Francisco movie for you?
Yeah.
It's a level 1 San Francisco movie?
Absolutely top tier for me.
Wow.
Craig just rolled
Okay.
his eyes, but yes.
No.
Level 2 for you, Craig?
I'm thinking about how much San Francisco is in the movie that is identifiable as San Francisco. I wish there was a little bit more, but yeah.
My favorite movie ever, San Francisco movie.
This one.
Which is what?
48 Hours.
Oh, yeah.
The movie I've seen the
yeah,
most
yeah.
times.
I was like, I don't remember
all the
Dirk and
pieces of
Chess.
San Francisco.
What's
All
your
of it.
favorite San Francisco part of 48 Hours?
Oh my God. I mean, there's wide shots of when he's driving to the bridge to go see Reggie in jail. There's the multiple Chinatown scenes. When we're using everything, we get the car chase, we get to go up and
Yeah.
down hills. Amazing stuff.
Have you ever seen the track of the bullet car chase
Oh yeah.
in San Francisco? Have you ever seen the fact that like someone tracked where it takes place in San Francisco and basically like he's down in Pac Heights and then he's over in Sutro and he's just like
He's going downhill for too long.
he just like leaps over 9 different
Yeah.
subsequent places.
Well, you
inside
know
of
what?
San Francisco.
They're filming Bullet in like the early 70s. They have no idea
Sure.
the internet's coming and we'll be able to just dissect everything.
Right.
It's really funny.
Has Pac Bell Park ever been in a movie? Have they ever gone to
Great
a Giants
park.
game in a movie? Great park. I feel like that would be
Did
an
they do
awesome
it in the
movie
fan?
park.
The fan, he's
The
on the Giants.
No, that was still a candlestick.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if they shot it in San Francisco. Yeah.
Boston had a great fuck up for what you just talked about.
Which
Blown
is-
Away,
Oh yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones and Jeff Bridges.
Mhm.
The final car chase, they're just going downhill in Beacon Hill,
Yeah.
which it's maybe 2.5 blocks max. You can go down it. They're going downhill for like 5 minutes. It's like just careening downhill. It's like this never ending mountain. And then they end up in Boston Common. Anyway, I have an unanswerable that's going to break both of your brains. So unless you guys have anything.
Oh my god. I'm
I had one
braced.
like that too, but Bill, let's hear yours.
No, you go. I'll go last.
Well, mine is simple. It's Mary McDonnell says she doesn't want anything from James Earl Jones. It's like, what would you ask for? Like, you can do anything at all, whether either now or 1992. It's literally, it's like a genie. He's saying you can have anything you want. What would you ask for?
But don't you like her delivery of "Oh, I'm fine"? Like it's a
It's
great
a good
delivery. It's
just-
a great
like
delivery.
an
Maybe-
unconscionable response. Yeah.
Hairstylist?
What would you ask for, Kyle? What would you ask James Earl Jones for
Well,
in 1992?
I would probably be like, hey, it's 92. Can you make sure that Michael Jordan doesn't fucking retire to play baseball? Because I think they can win 8 in a row, and I think they can beat the Rockets twice in the final. So can you handle that, please?
So not a Winnebago.
No,
You know
I'm
what I
good
would
on
ask
that.
for?
No.
Not a Winnebago.
Here's what I would ask for. Have you heard about like these people who get access to movies when they come out and it's like some secret society if you get the actual cut of the movie and you just be like, the PTA movie came out. Come over to my house. I have
Oh, at
this
home.
direct signal.
You're not that guy?
No, I don't think anyone's that. I don't even know anyone who has that. It's this rumored thing that I don't even know if it does it exist.
What do you mean? People are showing screenings of movies before they come out?
You pay like this crazy amount of money, but it's also it almost sounds like joining some sort of club.
Is it a money thing or is it a connections thing?
I think it's both.
It's a
gotta
like
be a
status in
connection
the
thing.
industry thing.
but I
I
think
feel
it's
like
only
we're-
like you have to be like the
I feel
head
like
of a
you
film
could
studio.
be that guy.
No, I think you have to be like the head of a film studio.
Well, that makes
And
sense.
you get it
I
digitally,
wanna
or
be
you
that
come
guy.
like
I'm
a
available.
projectionist?
No, you get like I think they actually bring the movie over
Like the canisters?
Yeah.
and they screen it and then
Yeah,
they
I've seen that.
leave.
And then you
I've heard
kind of
about
host a private screening
I host
for
the
10
thing. I'm like,
celebrities.
hey, I have the PTA thing. That sounds like the last level of being a movie executive.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Okay.
come on over.
I got the new
I've got-
PTA.
I've got the
I've
new
got Running Man.
Chalamet.
You would already
I've got
have
Running
Running
Man.
Man.
Kyle, come out. I got Running Man.
Marty-
I
You're
went
showing
to a
Marty
screening
Supreme
like that
after
once.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
All right, here's my
Yeah.
unanswerable. You guys aren't going to make. I almost want to take a break, but I won't because this is a really big
No,
one.
let's do it. Come on, hit us. Let's go. I don't need a break.
You've
I did
already
it-
asked if Sir Ben Kingsley should give his knighthood back, so
I did-
hit me.
I did 40 minutes of Googling on this and studied photos
Let's go.
and watched a bunch of different movies. Did Robert Redford wear a wig?
Okay.
Oh, no, but he dyed his hair.
All right.
You think it's a wig?
The young Redford character absolutely has a wig on. That's what goes without a doubt.
Oh, sure.
But there are certain parts where it does feel a little heavy on the side, and I'm saying it's not outlandish to ask.
I don't think this is a wig.
He had the most full head of hair of any
If-
actor who
I will
ever
say
lived.
this. If
Even
it's,
to
You're
the
right.
bitter end,
You're right.
it is a full fucking head of hair at all times.
well, I think the problem is that he kept dyeing it ginger. And that's why it looked unreal.
You
towards
look at
the
the
end.
But the
70s,
depth,
it's like
though.
perfect. Like I was like
Swoop.
Jeremiah Johnson did last
Yeah.
week, just perfect swoop.
Yeah, swoop.
Yes.
It never goes back on either side. It's always like full and lush. And then it's blonde in the 60s and then it becomes
Yeah.
redder later.
Oh, shit. So, Bill, you're
I
not just
don't know
saying did he
what's
wear a wig
going
and
on.
sneakers. You're talking about for like the whole run. Did he wear a wig?
And
I'm
you're
saying,
saying
like-
in his day-to-day life.
I'm saying like
Wow.
from the 70s on,
Like
was that his
giving-
hair?
Like opening day at Sundance, he's got a wig on. That's what you're saying.
But like a styled wig where we would never know.
Yeah, like
because
a real,
he's Robert Redford.
a real
He's-
trans, like a real.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's unanswerable to me. I don't know if anyone has theories
Uh,
on
Are there
this.
Robert Redford wig truthers out there? Like, is there anything
So-
out there?
Oh, okay.
I did find some stuff.
What do the people have to say?
There was some
I
questions
love wigs.
in the
This is great.
2014 range. There were some questions because he had the dark red, like darker cherry red on the top, whatever brownish
Yeah.
red.
Yeah,
But then the gray sideburns here, and some people were saying maybe the hair.
I think. Oh, you think it's a red
Like the
piece
wig
on
went over the
top
thing,
of
but he
the
didn't do
gray.
it well enough with the white.
I think it's a dyeing issue, but I will take a closer look.
All I'm
You've
saying,
opened my eyes to a
good.
possibility,
So it's
a real
either
possibility.
unanswerable, either wore a wig the whole time or best head of hair ever in the history of
a
movies
top
for any
tier-
of
I
us.
top
to-
tier
think
out of
it.
hair.
the case for your argument is there are like name another old person with his hair.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's one of those
Doesn't
things
happen.
like if like you're it's like Uncle Bob's coming over.
He's a one of one.
Oh my God, is he gonna wear one of his wigs? Like, why does he think he's full head hair? He's 82. This is crazy.
I think the red was the problem, but I'll have to
Yeah.
take a closer look.
He also preempts a lot of the like highly technical hair implants and stuff. Like
Yeah.
McConaughey talks about how he got his stuff done. Like they weren't doing that in the 70s that you're talking of, 60s even.
Turkish
know?
Airlines.
I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
This is one of my this would be like we always play the game of worst podcast you could have that you'd actually be good at hosting. Mine would be just every episode
Is
about
that a
whether
wig?
somebody wore a wig or a toupee.
Yes.
Bill, don't
The Steve Martin episode would be like 2.5 hours.
don't threaten me with a good time. That would I would love that so much. We're in a video podcast age. We could put up
That's great.
visual, like do a full month on Nicole Kidman.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
I'm not good at
Lady wigs?
lady wigs. I'm
Sounds
bad
like
at.
you need a female co-host. That's what I
And
heard.
then-
Okay, wait. Bill wants to do an only
spot
male
the
wig based
tubes.
pod.
I'm
Great.
bad with the female wigs. I can't spot.
Can we do
the
a spe-
tubes and the wigs? I can spot.
and then can we do a spin-off pod with me and Liz and it's identifying when an actor got fillers?
Yes.
Because we just spend all day
Oh,
being like,
wow.
when did When did Emily Blunt get
That's a really
killers?
good
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah.
Oh, Emily Blunt. It's a lot.
Great stuff. This is why people come to the Rewatchables, for the important conversations.
Male wig only, and you're just outing male celebrities who have
not
wigs.
outing. It's not outing. It's a discussion.
It is outing.
No, because sometimes the answer is that's their hair.
Good for you.
My favorite Marvel fact is that Steve Rogers has like a little, like, they put a little wiglet on Chris, just like blonded him up right in the front, made it nice and full.
Wiglet. I like wiglet.
Yeah, it's like a little piece
Never heard
that you
that.
put on top.
The Denzel episode would be long.
Yeah. I
Hey,
actually think this is a great idea and we should do it.
Coming up on The Wiggest Loser, me and CR talk about Viggo Mortensen.
Wiglet?
Yeah, wiglet. Do you want CR on this pod?
CR. We've had many conversations over the years.
That's a good question.
There's some good ones where there's some that it would be shorter pods, like a McConaughey.
Yeah.
John Cusack's
Here's
another
the
one where
here's
it's like,
the
come on,
number
dude,
one.
we have all your films in the 80s. Stop.
Here's the number one. This is one of my favorite things to do is when I think someone has gotten a transplant, I go and I'm like, look at where the hairline was before. Harry Styles. Andrew Garfield's a huge one, right? Andrew Garfield got the hair done. It changed his entire career. Turned his career right away. He was really receding, got a transplant, and then all of a sudden it's Andrew Garfield time again.
I grew up in the 70s where Reynolds was open about it.
Yeah.
Reynolds was losing it and then would just wear these crazy, most of his movies, he has wigs on.
I don't think it's a problem. Like, I think it's fine. I don't think anyone should be embarrassed by it. It's like women.
We're not pro, we're not con. It's just answering a question one way or the other.
Women do things all
Kyle
the time.
keeps playing his hair. Now I'm like Kyle's self-consciously touching his hair.
Kyle has gray hair.
Yeah, Kyle's
Do you want me to
got
take
great
it
hair.
off right now?
Hair.
I'll do it on camera. I'll take it
Kyle,
right
let's
off. I'll do it right now and unwig it. No, I can't do it.
All right, that was fun. That segment worked out better than I thought.
Oh, it was awesome.
What piece of memorabilia would you want or not want from this movie? Redford's wig, not eligible, if he had one. The car, also not eligible. No, the car's not eligible.
Okay. Is it interesting to say these are the Scrabble tiles they used in sneakers?
I think it is.
There's an easy answer.
Sure.
No,
it's
a
to
black
play
box.
Scrabble with the
A
set.
black
Yeah.
box?
Answer machine?
No.
Yeah.
What is
the sick 1992 red Niners hat?
Oh.
That's my thing.
Phoenix
Chris.
hat.
Talking about
Yeah, that's a great
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
That hat is awesome.
There's two of them. Yeah.
Two of them.
You can
Yeah.
get them both.
Great call.
Good one. Coach Finstock Award, best life lesson. Look at a stranger's shoes to determine how important the interaction is about to be.
I love that.
Really good.
Yeah.
Just a subtle one in the beginning when those guys show up and Redford says to Phoenix, did you look at their shoes? He's like, yeah, they're nice.
Expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, expensive.
That's much better. I had written down give him head whenever he asks. So I like yours better. About the
Be a beacon.
Best double feature choice. We went War Games.
War Games.
Would you go, Kyle?
I'm also going with games. I'm going with Patriot Games. Tom Clancy, Harrison Ford, and Robert Redford in one day. Technology, spying and stuff. I'm way into it.
And Redford wins the movie.
Redford wins the movie.
Okay.
Can't take your eyes off him.
All right. Buckle up, Kyle. Buckle up, Joanna. We're going to producer Craig.
I don't want to disappoint you all. I didn't hate this movie by any means, of course. I think spy movies got really good. And when I was growing up, I had like Ocean's 11. You know what I mean? Ocean's 11 was only 9 years after this movie. It feels like 25. Like when watching this in Ocean's 11, you're like, we really improved over those 9 years. So I'm not holding anything against it. Look, Bob Cousy was good in the 50s. Could he play now? No. You can't cross genres. You can't cross eras. I mean, you know? It's just, to me.
That's it. I respect your like, this is fine. And I've seen the movies that come after it that make it feel whatever. No, I'm not. I love Craig. But you're arguing that.
Don't trigger me.
But you're arguing that if it happened before, it's not interesting.
I just think that I think it's hard for spy movies in this era. It's tough. It's like so early on in the tech era and like what you're capable of.
I understand what you're saying.
That
tech-wise, I do.
It just improved so quickly. Like immediately, we just
So Enemy of the State is the flipping point.
Sure.
Because that movie, even though it's ridiculous, we already did the rewatchables, but the tech's good in that movie. And like feels more like now, even though it's almost 30 years.
Yeah.
This feels like it's from 1992.
From a tech angle,
I
absolutely.
see what he's saying.
I think the casting's a little wonky too. You know, this movie kind of feels like, to me, like the fourth installment in the Sneakers franchise when everyone is a little too old. And you're like, oh, it's Redford hanging on, and Aykroyd kind of doesn't look like the Aykroyd I remember.
I was gonna start crying.
But it's like, oh, did they need to make the fourth one? It's still good, but it's the fourth one.
I like it, Craig, because
I love that everyone's forced to respond to this and be like, no, yeah.
No, I am. Because in Ocean's 11, and then also like in The Italian Job,
yeah, it's great.
All these beautiful people and these amazing cars robbing casinos. These are real people here.
Yeah.
It's Strathairn and Aykroyd. It's like they're much more relatable and it's much more touchy-feely. That's just how I feel.
And Straighthorn.
And I
I'm like, Redford feels a little too good for this movie to me. Aykroyd,
Beneath him.
Yeah.
I think that's why it works, though.
Yeah.
It's like he's kind of overqualified to be in it.
I'm like, River Phoenix has nothing to do. Aykroyd feels weirdly I don't know.
It's like having Roger Ebert back.
It just feels a little wonky. I think 2.5 stars out of 4 from Raj is perfectly fine.
Yeah,
it's not a 1 out of 4. It's a 2.5.
I would have gone 3.
I can agree with you on the tech. Like, it's hard to watch chunky 90s tech in any of these like cyber movies. The casting we have to just deeply disagree on, and that's okay.
I think it's hard. Me coming into this movie now, I feel confident that if you showed this movie to most people in their 20s and 30s, they would probably share my opinion. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie.
Yeah. Craig, didn't it bring the house down for you, the James Earl Jones scene at the end?
Oh yeah, I went fist up when he came out. I loved it. I love James Earl Jones. There's great parts of this movie.
Good.
But
Good. Yes.
I think those are all fair points from Craig.
That's
you
fine.
would recast this movie?
No, I the Kingsley part is tough.
Yeah, you would recast Kingsley.
And I think Redford's too old to be in the movie, but I'm fine with it because it's Robert Redford.
I think this movie, the fact that it has such a rock solid movie, you and Sean and Chris were talking on the Sting episode about, is Redford a great actor? And that's a question you were asking, and that's a great question to ask during Redford month. But he is just the movie star.
Yeah.
And to have a movie star, similar to Ocean's 11, when you've got like Clooney and Pitt at the center of it, like a movie star here, and then the rest of the team just like gels around him. And he's the leader on the set, and he's the leader of the team.
Yeah.
And Sidney Poitier is also too good for this movie. And that's kind of what I like. Sir Ben Kingsley is in a way too good for this movie. And I kind of like that. Like, he's Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
And you're like, he's in the last
too something for this movie.
20
I don't know if
minutes
it's good.
in sneakers. But like, I like it because it elevates the movie and it makes it something that we have to consider forever. It's in Sidney Poitier's filmography, so we have to consider it,
That's it for the Sneakers Rewatchables, which went over 2 hours. It's the same
incredible
length as the
time.
movie. Thanks to Craig. Thanks to Chris for helping out as well. Thanks to Ronak.
Eduardo.
Oh, and Eduardo.
Thank you, Eduardo.
Thanks to Joanna.
Thank you.
Great to have you here in the studio. And as always, Kyle Brandt. Next month, a more normal month on the Rewatchables. And we're overdue for something
If
goofy
the people
from
could
the
see our
80s or
text
90s.
chains about the kind of stuff we're discussing, it's off the wall and it's coming.
Can you guys release your big board? I would love that.
Yeah, too hot to handle.
Should we is it better or worse to release the big board?
What is that good content to like
for sure.
my screen cap?
Yeah,
Like-
the Rewatchables Instagram would love the big board of what
I got a
Kyle
big
and
board.
Bill are cooking up.
I mean,
My
how
big
many,
board is organized by decade too. I got 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2020s, all that stuff.
how many months/years have we been circling just one of the guys?
3 or 4 years probably.
A top tier is playing on Comedy Central at 3:00 in the afternoon movie.
Yeah, that's one. That's one where if we did that with that van, it might be irreparable for me. It might be like a Joanna Sneakers thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was great.
Thank you.
Thank you.